And when we pull up our rosters, why are you copying me? Why are you all copying me? What is this?
Okay, all the rosters are literally
What
exactly
is
the same.
this?
Apart from Paper Thin. Paper Thin has
Yes,
got
Shota.
Shota over Sugar Zero, and Komodo is the one that's gone way off tangent here.
Yeah. I'm not like the other girls. I pick Absol. Okay, bro.
Oh my
No,
god.
I mean, I think a lot of us have gone for a very, very similar build here. And I think, for me, this was a team that built itself today. There's players that kind of stand out on every team. And unfortunately, fortunately, I guess, they line up differently into the different roles. So there really isn't much other way to say it.
Why? Why are you trying to take my board from me? I worked so hard for this board.
Oh, you know what? You can keep it.
Big
You can
Time
keep
just
it.
he just tried to pull it away from me.
I thought you wanted to get rid of it. I thought you were
I
done.
don't want to get rid of
Okay,
it.
you know what? You can keep it.
Like ever.
Keep it for
It's
the
like,
whole show.
It's here. Yeah, sure. Like I want this prize board. We have Team Secret taking on Zeta in our first match, and then we have Varel taking on Gen G. And it looks as though from our build diff, we're expecting that the second match likely goes the way of Gen G. But I think it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot in store for us. Going into our first match, though, we have Team Secret and taking on Zeta Division. And there are a lot of questions on both sides of these teams, actually. Both of these teams haven't exactly looked in prime form just yet.
No, not in general, I would say, in terms of Pacific. These are some of the weaker rosters that we do have in Pacific. I don't mind the roster that was assembled here for Team Secret this season, although it does feel like a roster that maybe was built a little bit more to prioritize convenience, prioritize players that already have some Pacific experience. I think they're reaping the rewards of that in terms of, Berserks and Kelly S having some pretty decent performances. The player that was actually a little bit more solid in the off-season and was a little bit more solid in Pacific last year that hasn't actually been performing is Sylvan. I'm very surprised. He's actually one of the weaker players on Secret in their first two series.
Yeah, he's really struggling to get the ball rolling. I do think it's a big adjustment when you go from a team that's speaking in Korean, of course, his native language. Now he's having to converse in a secondary language. I think there can for sure be these kind of communication issues. We're not inside the team. We don't know how these comms look in the middle of maps, but it does seem like they're just really finding it hard to get on the board right now.
Yeah, I think 10-10 as well. You have to see him step up those individual numbers for sure. I think he's one of the lower rated players in the competition playing primary duelist. Definitely need to see more output, but someone that continues to deliver time and time again has been Berserks.
Yeah, I mean, I've been loving this guy. I mean, even all last year when he was on Boom, he was an incredibly impressive player. Into Ascension, very impressive player. And he's bringing that individual form this year, but it's really not been enough to manage to get that team on the board. And just take a look at his Pacific history. We know what Stage 2 was like for Boom last year. Unfortunately, he's on 9 Pacific losses in a row. And I've got to say, it's not deserved. He's played better than this. It's just, he can't find a win right now.
Yeah, look at his tears. Those are real tears, and I get the frustration. When you look at Team Secret's comms vids, he's actually the most vocal player that they have, at least from what we can see on the comms. He's very, very active, and he's usually the one, sort of advising the team in the middle of the match, in the middle of the maps rather, and also really the one saying, okay, I need this, this, and this. That's such an act. That's awesome for him to take initiative in that way. But then you have to wonder how the rest of the team is processing this. The comms are a big issue because it is a level of communication that you have to get used to. For sure, Jesse Fash, Kelly S, they're not exactly used to this. Even if Kelly S is putting up the numbers, bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, I think he's always kind of performed above average. I was asking coming into the competition who will play the secondary duelist for Team Secret. Kelly S is the one to pick it up. I was worried that he was going to play his Raze, which has been a little bit hit or miss, although I know it's a bit of a specialty agent for him in the past, but he's actually been quite serviceable on the Yoru. He's not putting up superstar numbers or anything like that, but he's consistently one of the better performers on Team Secret, and he's continually showing that. Similar to someone like Izu, I want to say, he could basically play any role and get some decent output. Yeah, he's not going to put carry numbers up like someone like Izu is, or he's not going to whip out the op and actually, start running and getting crazy entries or anything like that. But Kellius is always good for, 200 ACS and, at least above average production, which on a weaker team, that's where you need to see somebody that has a little bit more highs and lows in terms of like 10-10 perhaps take over, and Kelly's is always just going to get you your consistent, stable performance.
Yeah, definitely remember Kelly from being one of the most flexible players since day one, from his day one here in Pacific. But of course, going over to Zeta Division, and this is a team that is well known for their resiliency. Previously, we saw them up against Full Sense, and it didn't exactly quite look any, it didn't really look like there was something there. But up against GE, we saw them take so many rounds from GE that they could have actually taken that series.
I mean, I think they'll have been kicking themselves more after that GE game. That was their game to win. They had every single opportunity. They just kept getting ecoed. They kept losing advantages. They had everything they needed to be alive in the middle bracket, but they found themselves here in elimination. This is a team that showed some potential. They showed that they can step up. Now it's just, can they get those wins across the line?
Yeah, I mean, what I gathered from that GE game is just that Zeta has an incredible propensity to throw rounds that are completely won. Yeah. Like, honestly,
you're right.
Anti-eco, man advantages, even against Full Sense is something that I highlighted. Like, they got a free entry on Leviathan into that B side of Kuro. They're up like 5-on-3, and they found a way to lose the round. Like, they put themselves in good positions. They often have pretty reasonable approaches, and I feel pretty confident that they can win this series today, but they just really need to iron out their ability to close out some of these rounds.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what happens during mid-round. Like, what happens that it actually falls apart. Of course, Sugar Zero is one of the veteran players in Zeta. He's been on Zeta for a very, very long long time. He's been there when Zeta was one of those teams that you'd expect to be on top of Pacific and even on top of on a global setting.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this year, his opening game was definitely weak. But in the G game, I felt like he stepped up in a major way. As you just said, he is that OG member. He's been on his team since 2021. And the big thing for me is he's by far the most experienced. He's played at very, very high levels. And now that we see players like Lashley, players like Depth leave, he's the last guy left, and he's the one who has to step up and really be a leader to these younger players.
Yeah, I mean, you could see his ability to multi-frag and play in these really good positional kind of play, but choose the right angles, choose the right engagements is something that you want to see from someone who mains an Omen and just able to use those smokes well and play the angles, reposition with the TPs. You can see here, he has got some international experience, and he was present for Zeta's best run ever over in Reykjavik.
Yeah, what a time that was, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, that's the kind of thing he wants to be able to recreate before he has to retire, like so many of the guys who are on that team with him. And I do think it's nice to see him step up. In that G game, he was like, look, guys, I'll lead from the front on this. I'll show you how it's done. And he really did put in a big shift. Now we just need that supporting cast around him. I think if this team is maybe 5%, 10% more clean, I think they'll still be alive in that middle bracket. And I do think they have the most potential in this lower bracket. I do think there's a reason why they are probably picked as the favorites.
I think that Sugar Zero, of course, he has a lot of experience, and he has to be the one to really lead this team of rookies into this scene. So, of course, we want to hear so much more from him. Fortunately, Jen Lee was able to catch up with Sugar Zero. Let's see what he had to say.
Focus na, ayan na. Juan Miguel, wag ka na magalit. Gagalit ka kaagad eh. Okay na. Tingin ko, kailangan ko talaga lumaro eh.
Oh, help me, Magic.
Tingin ko guys, kailangan ko Mami, sabi ni Santino, ulul.
Yes.
So, paano yung wheelchair niya? Alangan naman ipanik ko yung wheelchair dito.
Zeta Santiago out.
Pero rinig na ako, guys. Rinig na ako. Okay naman yung sound. Malakas na siya.
Thank you, Magic Chef.
Kita ko naman dito, malakas naman siya.
Hey, Sugar Zero,
hello.
what you up to? Okay.
Yo.
Besides the prophecy of
Oh,
the Magic Conch Shell or Last, what edge do you think you have against Team Secret today?
We can talk to each other.
You can talk to each other. Good communication.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good luck.
Share the live, guys. Marunong ka po ba tumayo? Aba, marunong ako. Huwag mo ako subukan.
Thank you, Raz.
Okay, I didn't know that
Wag mo ako subukan, pre.
Carrot sa neither did I know that Laz's
Let's
face
go,
was
Zeta.
on Magic
Zeta,
Conch Shell,
Pinoy
so
ko doon.
I feel like
Let's go, Team
feel like
Secret.
Zeta have a
Para
big
namang
advantage
gagi niyan eh.
Sorry, Miko, we don't
Ano ka
talk
ba?
to
Pan
each
ka
other.
ba o ano?
we don't talk to each other.
That's
Like,
a crazy
I don't talk to you
share
guys.
nyo pa. Thank you very
It
much.
is a
This
crazy
guys.
answer
This is
because
Kamis.
let's
Yung
face it, Team
dalawang
Secret
talo
is going
natin
through a
is
bit
warm
of a
up pa lang kasi
reorganization
yun.
right now, and we keep bringing up the comms. Because
Warm
it's
up
such
pa
an
lang yun,
obvious,
baby.
obvious disconnect when we see the
Warm up
team
pa lang
play.
siya.
So
Ooh.
Sugar Zero was onto something there, and I'm glad it came from his mouth and not mine.
Here we have the skirmish highlights. Jesse
Ano masarap
Vash
na almusal?
looking to
Easy.
show this young,
Talahula ka.
strapping
Ay,
young man who
yawa
thinks he
ka.
can come into Pacific that he is the GOAT for a reason. Look at this shot. Ready? Oh, see you later.
Mike mo,
There
boss.
we go.
Okay naman ah.
He's warm. He's feeling ready. I love that he puts himself in the skirmish just to really get himself settled into the game. Absol on the other side. Does he even stand a chance, really?
I saw Jesse Vash this morning when I walked past the, the public parks in
Isisin
Seoul where all the
pansit,
grandpas
naniniwala
and
ka ba, Juan
grandmas,
Miguel?
warm up.
Puta,
I
Regis,
saw
Juan
him
Miguel,
doing some
maniwala ka
stretches,
lang sa akin.
getting ready for this skirmish. And Lord,
Ano
does he
tumayo
look
si
ready.
Leon Ford? Sino
Look,
si Leon
Absol's
Ford?
getting in a couple of lucky
Hanip
shots
ka.
there, but I'm sure my
Sino
coach
si
will come
Leon
back
Ford?
I mean, who knows? I do think it's an interesting approach, but I'm not sure if they managed to win a skirmish yet. So I
Gamit
I
mong
respect
whisper na
cycling it
may
round. I
wings
also
pa?
think it
Puta,
looks like
Regis
one
ka.
of the most
Nandito
fun
na
things
sa
you get to
Korea.
do, to be honest.
Huwag mo na
I respect
pag-usapan
putting
yung
yourself
puta,
in.
Regis na napkin
Zeta's
na
been
yan.
putting Absol in most times,
Yeah.
and he's been pretty good. Every single time we see him, he looks locked in.
Puro ka napkin,
Always
puro ka
very close
napkin.
to his
Ayaw mo
monitor here. This is
supportahan
going to
yung
be a
team.
5-1. Oh.
It's slow.
The
It's like,
slight
actually,
handle.
I respect that no
Who's
one's
that?
kind of cheesing in this. You know, when
Yeah,
non-sim
no.
do these skirmishes, they're doing all the cheeky stuff. He's running them down with the judge. This is Vandal versus Vandal, which, I got to have a lot of
Oh
respect
guys,
for.
Jesse's
ilang
on the
minuto na
comeback
lang.
He's still
Magsisimula na
rocking
po
that
tayo.
slight
Kaya
handle.
ready,
And
brace
there's
yourself
a
guys, share
tight
the
play on
live.
Mace.
I love you all baby.
You know, I respect
That's a
it.
choice.
Magsisimula na
He's
He's
tayo.
got a
Ako na bahala
signature
sa
loadout,
inyo.
but it's not enough to
Viral
get the
ni
win in the
Leo. Ano
skirmish.
viral ni
Absol
Leo?
takes it 5-2.
Absol absolutely takes it. But I think going into this map, Vito, I'm really curious to find out what maps we will have, because you look at Zeta's map and they're pretty consistent with their bans. They're a map that they definitely do not want to play. But I think this is actually, I guess,
Ito na
okay,
yan,
all
guys,
right, they're
ito
bringing
na
out
yan.
the
Lock
bind
na tayo,
finally, and
just
we
share the
see
live,
that
guys,
Team
and
Secret
then we
wants to
good.
go into splits.
Just
Yeah,
share
I
the
mean, so
live.
Team Secret played
Just
Split
share the
twice now,
live.
lost it twice. So I'm
Share the
curious if
live.
they've got any
Guys,
changes
share
to
the
but
live,
anyway,
and
both
then
these
we
teams yet
good.
to win a map. So there's kind of nothing on
Tap, tap,
paper
tap,
that
share the
stands
live,
out as
then
the
we good.
obvious choice.
Yeah, Zeta picked Bind. We saw them 13-1 Fnatic in the off-season on that map. So you could say that they're having some confidence on it.
Okay.
I think Eco went pretty well
Tignan
on the
natin.
waylay over there. You see our predictions here. Both of the hosts absolutely
Okay,
delulu.
si Mamiga,
And unsurprisingly,
TS, dalawang
Paper Thin
TS, and then
leading
the
the
rest is
predictions
Zeta.
and also leading the
79 to
way for all of
21%.
the
What the
Japanese
hell?
believers here.
Yeah, we have 2 eyes on the board there. Yeah, we're trying to make a...
Is the appropriate number of eyes?
Yeah, it is.
That's
It is.
the
Some would
correct
say-
amount.
Some would say
Next
it's like
to each other
it's
as
not
well.
it's not too little and not too much. So
Nasaan yung
yeah,
gaming
but
chair mula
I
yun,
mean,
Port?
I
Tumahimik ka,
would
hindi gaming chair yun,
agree
no?
that
Ferrari
like
yun, no?
it
Saka
is
Bugatti.
for a bit of an underdog scenario, I guess, with Team Secret and
Yeah.
Zeta,
Ito na.
but
20
anything can
seconds
happen.
left.
True. And
20
I
seconds
want
left.
to
This
lean
is
into
it.
Team Secret making those amazing comebacks.
Yeah.
Give me this point.
Run
I
Master
think
ka
it
po
could
ba
be a
sa
close series. I'm
Emily?
feeling pretty good about the way that this veto
Hindi,
looks for
ako yung
Zeta, though.
pinakamataas
Well,
na rank
let's
doon.
see. We're
I-share
gonna
mo
set
na
up
yung
the
live,
stage
bro.
for our first match of the day. We have Team Secret taking on Zeta Division.
Okay guys, here we go. Magsisimula na tayo. Magsisimula na tayo. And I hope, guys, is manalo na tayo ngayon dahil syempre naman, laglagan na to. This is our last chance. If we lose today, we saying goodbye to you guys. Okay. Goodbye na. 21% is all we need. Yung 21% kasi do, dapat 100 eh. Yung kulang, yung ginulang sa 21%, ako yun. Kumbaga kung ipapilot ko yung game, ako ititira. Kuwari, isasab ako. Tingin ko yun na yung, tingin ko yun na yung secret weapon, bre. Okay, share nyo na live natin, guys. Share nyo na live natin. I love you all. This is it, Pansit. Naka-full charge na ba yung gaming chair mo, Leopard? This is it, guys. Walkout time. Ayan natin buksan pag di na walkout. Bawal pang buksan pag walkout pa ng players. So, bubuksan ko lang to mamaya para makita nyo na yung pagmumukha ko. Ang cute mo po, sabi ni Mike M. Abing. Syempre, ikaw din.
Team Secret.
Okay, let's go, boys. This is it.
All right, Pacific, we have our
Hiding,
first
hiding.
elimination match of VCT Pacific Kickoff. Team Secret versus Zeta Division. Redemption is needed for both of these teams. For Team Secret, it's a redemption that's long been
Good luck,
needed
Team
as the
Secret,
wins
sabi
for
ni
this
Jan
team have
Octavo.
been
Thank you,
few
Jan
and
Octavo.
far
Share mo na rin yung
between
live
in the
natin
recent
dun sa
history.
Blue
There
Up
still
and
doesn't
10
seem
here.
to be
Okay,
any
I love you.
synergy yet for this team, and they need this win to prove to everyone that they still have something in the bag.
Yeah, they've
This is it,
struggled
this is
to
it.
find their
This is
footing
it.
here in
Okay,
Kickoff,
full
but now their
potential,
backs
guys.
are
Full
well
potential.
and
Come
truly
on,
against the
TS.
ropes. They're coming into today as the underdog, but if there's one thing Team Secret have been known to do
Sana
in the past,
makapalag-palag
it's
to
steal
tol.
these wins
Ako
when they're not
nagsasabi sa inyo,
supposed to.
sobrang
They've had
hardworking
big
ng
upsets in
roster
their
na to.
careers, so
Kung
it's
kayo
all
nasa
about
posisyon
channeling
ko,
that
kung kayo
magic
nasa
today
posisyon
and
ko
moving
nakaupo.
forward down this lower bracket.
They've already
That's
lost.
absolutely
I mean, they've already lost to DFM. You don't want to get, double Japanese team
They're
down
trying their
VCT
best,
Pacific.
bro.
Ooh, but you know it has happened to Team Secret many times before, and of course Zeta Division, there were sparks in their previous match versus
Open ko
GE.
yung ilaw
Absol getting
mamaya
some really good kills, for
pagka
example. But is it enough for Zeta to jump off of? Was it opportunities handed to them rather than them earning it? And can those sparks turn into a blaze for this match?
Yeah, they had a very poor start against Full Sense, make no doubt about that, but I think their game against GE showed some promise. I think they definitely could have won that 2-0 if they just tightened up a couple of things. They've had some time to review that. How long are these guys going to enviously
Share the live,
watch
guys,
on
share the
as
live.
DFM picks up the players that
Good luck,
they
live
probably
for-
would have wanted
Ay,
on their
thank you,
roster
thank you, thank
and
you.
has better results
Share the live,
overall
guys, share
than
the
they're
live.
having in Pacific. You want to see Zeta actually show their full potential today, because if you lose against Team Secret, you're undoubtedly the weakest team in Pacific.
Yeah, Echo looking to start a fight there. He's ready to go
Fired
in.
up.
Okay, guys,
He
this
was
is it,
all
this is it,
fired up.
pansit.
That is
Pagkaupo
actually something that I
nila,
want to
buksan
talk
ko na
about.
yung
So you
ilaw,
have
share
Echo
nyo
on
na
one
live
side, and you
natin.
have
Ito na
Tenten
yun.
on the other. Now,
Kung kami
Tenten,
nasa
his
posisyon mo, kami
performance hasn't
nakatayo.
exactly
Huwag ka naman
been
bastos,
what
bastos
we've
naman bunganga
expected
mo eh.
out of him. Of course, he is going up against his previous
Okay,
team also in
fine.
this
Yeah.
matchup.
Split
So
and
you have to
abyss.
wonder if that gives him extra confidence.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that
I think
fires
I
him
can
up
open
today.
na.
He'll know some of the guys on the other
Yeah,
side.
I
I think
can
he wants
open
to have
na.
a big performance.
There
I
you
think
go. I
he's
think
somebody
I can
that we
open it
need
na
to
eh.
see more from
So
in Team
guys,
Secret.
ayan, shoutout sa
You
inyo
can't
lahat.
have your number
Share nyo
one
na live natin.
duelist
Matagal
guy
na
be
ma-charge
bottom
yung gaming
fragging
chair niya.
every game.
Uy,
And
saglit
10-10
lang
knows
yun.
that as
Iniwan ko
well.
lang
So
talaga
I
dahil
really want
mabigat.
to see him
Nakapark lang yung
step
Bugatti
up in
ko.
a major way.
He had a couple of
Tumahimik
good
kang
maps
manip ka, no?
on Zeta
Sasampingilin
last,
ko ang mukha mo.
last time that he was
Yeah.
playing for them, but I don't know, something
Okay,
has
guys,
not
this is
clicked
it.
for him in this roster thus far. He's one of the lowest rated players in this whole competition on a primary duelist role. That's just unacceptable numbers.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely, you know, you have to raise your eyebrows a bit. In their comms video as well, you know, they were
Alright,
really
guys, share the
highlighting
live.
Tenten,
Thank you,
and they were
Zamora
saying how he
Andre.
really has to
Thank
play
you,
with no
kay-
fear. And I
Share
want
nyo lang yan,
none of
tap,
that
tap,
fear
and then
going
we good,
into this
guys.
match
No,
versus
magsisimula
Zeta.
na yung
You also
laban.
have to wonder how much
Tara
Zeta
na.
can pick
This is it,
up
Pansit.
off of
Mahina
Tenten's
mic ko,
playstyle.
pero
What are they
pagtisan
going to
nyo na, okay na,
anticipate
game na
from
raw, game
him
na to.
going into this match?
Yeah, I mean that's very true. If you're familiar with someone on the other team,
Anonymous
you see these
Pinoy
little tendencies.
confession.
You might
Ano
know the
sasabi mo?
angles that they like when they're running that operator. You might understand their pathing. So it's all about
Okay,
kind of
guys, it's
finding
all
those
good
little
in the hood
edges to
na.
get the stop
Start na
today.
tayo.
But
I love you
think it
all.
all depends on
See
how
you.
this goes in the server. I think this really can go either way. If Zeta are a
Ito na,
little
pag
bit cleaner, we
nanalo
would
test
expect
dito,
them to take it.
magpapakalbo
But
na
Team
ako.
Secret
Birthday ko
have
pa sa
that underdog
Saturday.
power.
Sure.
Here we go. You get the comps out for both of these teams. No changes for Zeta Division. They 13-1 Fnatic here in the off-season with this exact comp. Eco went crazy
Anong
on the
true
waylay.
gender niya,
Over on the
Leo
side
Mia?
of Secret,
Lalaki.
this is the exact
Hanip
swap that I
eh.
wanted to see.
Yeah.
10-10 off the waylay
share
and
nyo na,
onto the
ito
raise.
na.
It was a comfort agent for him
nandito
last
tayo ngayon sa
season.
Vine.
Yeah, I
This
like
is
it a
one
lot.
of my
I think this was a
favorite
swap that was needed. When we
map
saw them
and
play
guys.
last, it did not look great
Ito na
against
yun.
DFM, but I think
Leo
Ray
Pakis nga.
simplifies the map.
Ikaw, Prince
Also,
Rivera, huwag
it's an
kang
agent
lumalante.
that's fit the
Manood
map.
ka
We've
na
seen it
lang.
on there time and time again. So I love that they're leaning into
Nanlalantod
comfort.
ka eh.
This is what we wanted to see from Team Zeta.
Yeah, comfort rolls here for a Team Secret. I do hope they're feeling very, very comfortable going into this map. We did mention that, you know, Zeta Division has brought this up against Fnatic, but of course, maybe what stays in the off-season remains there. We'll find out as we send it into our first map of the day. Over to our casters, Paper Thin and
Okay,
Achilles.
game. This is it.
We're at that stage once again. It is time to send
think,
some
guys, ito
teams
na yun eh.
home. It's closing
Dito,
time. You don't
dito
have
na
to stay
tayo
here.
mananalo.
You
Naka-voice filter
don't have
lang
to go home,
talaga
but you
siya.
can't stay here. I
Ikaw
suppose.
yung
There you go. We got
pinagsasabi
the
mo,
lyrics eventually. It's been a
kantanan mo
while
dahil
since
hindi
I've
ako
listened to
natutuwa
Semisonic,
sa'yo.
as it turns out.
Sasampingilin ko pa pag
I mean, me
mumukha
too,
mo.
but
I used to hear it a lot more when I was younger and I stayed out later.
There's a lot more going on in my head at the moment than semisonic clearance.
Is there?
As
Are you
we get
sure?
ready to go into this series. Yes, there absolutely
guys,
is.
let's go,
Team
let's go.
Secret
Ito na,
versus
ito na,
Zeta
ito na.
Division. Winner moves
Let's
on,
do this,
loser,
let's do
that's
this,
it.
let's do
Kaput
this, let's do
until
this.
stage
Yes.
1 begins.
The game will
look,
start
you still
soon,
want to come out
guys.
here
Malapit
today,
na, malapit
and
na.
despite the struggles
Celine
that
Benito,
both
shout out,
these teams have had
Prince
so
Rivera,
far,
shout out
put
to
out
Juan,
a good
shout out to
performance.
Denise.
Get
yeah.
that extra, at least an extra match
some
under your
noise,
belt
guys, make
before
some noise.
stage 1 to really try to
Okay,
solidify
this is
some of the
a
stuff
goat
you're working
net,
on.
sabi
Get that
nila.
extra best practice possible, which is in the live server, which is against a real opponent that is also trying their damnedest to win.
Yeah, no one wants to go out in last place, but one of them is going to have to. So let's go ahead and see who can take the first step towards going into the next round. Keeping their lives here in Kickoff afloat.
Ululuntog ko mukha mo.
Who will be drowning? It's got
Alam nyo
Team
guys,
Secret
kaya wala tayo
versus
masyadong
Zeta.
viewer dahil nasa
We jump into
Korea ako
bind for the
yung
first map,
server.
and as the desk was talking about, yes, 10-10 going up against his former team was a bit of a stand-in there for Zeta Division last year,
I hope.
and did have
Diba dapat
some strong performances with that
manalo to,
squad,
alam
but it
ni
has
Tenten galaw
been
ng
lacking
kalaban
thus far
niya.
in 2026.
Yeah, and I think seeing him on the
BTS
Raze
get the
again,
line
maybe
for
this will
back this
allow
time.
him and Jesse
Manood
Bash
ka!
to find some synergy with that Fade Raze combo. That doesn't have to be the Season 8, it can be a lot of that other stuff, setting up with the Prowlers for 10-10 as well. And they're stacking up 3 players in Shower, looking to challenge Siota with a Ghost. No other util to speak of, just going to be a contact play.
Gets the spot out, quick little retreat here, but is still alone. Needs some reinforcements from around the back, so Teleporter going to be taken. Here's the Trailblazer, leads the charge. Nico quickly in pursuit behind it.
Okay.
Now, just tucking
Just see the
inside of this
angles,
poison
guys.
orb.
Okay, pasok tayo.
Lots
Okay,
across, over towards this left
Okay,
side.
care for
So
the
far,
lamps, guys.
has been able to elude
Okay, Jesse
capture.
Bash planting
However,
Jesse
gonna be
Bash.
coming
Okay.
through from Team Secret. Gets that one in play, but a quick peek
Oh, no.
out from that smoke, and Eco able to find the first kill as Kelly S gets taken down.
Kelly got killed.
Zero.
Yeah, not
Nice
gonna be
one,
ready for that
Berserk.
one. A double take into a tap of the iPad. And Jesse Bash is able to find XTL.
It's
After
a
the defuse,
3v4 situation.
Sylvan
Nice one,
fighting his way
Silvan.
back through.
Okay, last one, boys.
The trade there. Shota gets taken down. Absol
No,
now
no.
needing to do
You
it all
can't-
in a 1v2.
Okay, this is not throwable. This
Time
is
is
not
working against
throwable,
him.
boys.
Further util. Shot towards heaven. Reads the position of Jesse Bash. Can't do anything
Nice.
about it. Team Secret will find the
Vamos.
opening pistol.
Yeah, kind of an
Very good,
interesting
boys. Very
round
good, very good.
strategically, with Siota trying to work his way in towards where the plant would
Vamos,
normally
vamos.
be happening to try to disrupt it, to try to buy a little extra time for teammates to get over. Nobody's there because they've already wrapped all the way around him. It's kind of a little do-si-do going on there on the A site. The big thing that I was watching was they were really curious about Berserks
Malupit
from
ka
short.
dun, Lolo
Like
Boss.
they were watching that position for quite a
Malupit ka
while.
dun, Lolo Boss.
Even after the toxic screen went down, he never showed up, and Sugar Zero just must have assumed, oh, he must have gone with all of them. Must have been a larger push than we thought.
Huwag tayo maging masyadong
And didn't
masaya.
check that corner.
Pero gusto yung maingay
They
ako,
might lose a
sakto
player
lang.
here. Yeah, Kelly S just
one,
spamming
Kelly.
through the smoke.
Yeah,
Good
trying to get the
spam, good
funnel
spam,
there.
good spray.
The orb just had been taken, but either way, spam coming through, able to find the elimination. Eco just going to go walking out of showers and takes a shot to the chest.
Kind of interesting as well. You know, the desk was talking about this a lot for Zeta, going back to this map after looking hot on it in the offseason, but, you know, so far, they've actually been avoiding it. It's been their second ban at times. Let's see if they can do any damage. Prowler actually not going to check the corner.
Sugar Zero up on top of the box, able to find one. The flash connecting, catching multiple
Nice.
players. It's going to be some damage dealt, but not a further elimination found. Swap over on the weapon.
This is a
10-10 just going to be scooping up that
4v3
Phantom.
situation.
As it's a pump at the brakes for Team Secret, and that does lead Sugar Zero to have to rotate over towards the A site. And in fact, they're all going to be pulling away from this.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I think for Team Secret here, your methodology is, you know, try to see if there's any more contact at B. Just wait this out, and if they rotate, great. If not, well, they're probably just hidden around behind the box or in the elbow.
30 seconds left. Okay,
Just
guys, just check for
Slowly
the
inch your way
angles.
forward.
Check if
Try to
there's
get the
enemy.
plant. Kind of have a little bit more mental preparedness
pre.
for what you're going to see on the site if
Sige,
they were
pre,
still
plant
there,
mo,
but
pre.
the pause
Nasa
gets
main
them
na,
to
merong
rotate.
main na, low yung main
Gets
na.
them a much better position here for this post plant.
Going to be taking the long way around through market, but
I think
already
magpuntang hookah
Berserk's
to. Nice one. Nice
holding
position,
forward,
Berserk.
strong enough position
Wasak sa'yo yan,
to
Berserk.
be able to take out both of these
Sana
opponents.
hindi kayo check, Berserk.
Swinging.
Oh my
Okay,
God, what a
never mind.
timing eh.
Draws
Oops.
a poison orb, and that is a big oopsie. And now with a weapon grabbed up, looks like Sugar
Timing.
Zero, considering just going for the save here. Well, now we'll join in, go for the push up towards Hookah. Maybe see if they can get some further damage dealt. For now it is
Okay, guys. Okay,
One
guys.
weapon
Good
lost.
round, good round, good round.
Chucks it away to
Transgender
stop
ba
him
yung
from being able
nagsasalita?
to
Huwag ka naman
carry on
ganyan,
forward.
Maria
So,
Santos.
Final
Huwag ka
shot
naman
there from
ganyan.
10-10 will be able to get himself
10-10.
the board with the kill onto Eco. The others will go down to the spike. So 2-0 start here for Team Secret, but carrying forward a Phantom, Guardian, and a Marshal.
Yeah, so you're dropping one of the Guardians, essentially. And it's not the end of the world. Zeta opted to not bring that Guardian with them when they went back towards B. They decided to just put it in the corner and hide it away. Make sure that it wasn't going to be recoverable, at least easily recoverable.
Let's go.
Just wanted to, you know, felt like the time on the clock wasn't going to be there.
Babae yan,
So
pre, wag bastos. O,
played to
pinagtanggol
try
mo
to
pa
die
akong
to the
sira
spike,
ulo ka.
so
Kakalabanin
not
mo
too
rin
bad
ako.
at all, Jesse.
Pagtanggol mo naman akong
4-0
lalaki
start
ko.
there for Team Secret. Again, looking at a pretty standard default. Both duelists going to be in U-Haul. Syoto watching showers. As always, as a Sky, you're on permanent long B duty. Not permanent. Sometimes you go over to showers, but a lot of the times you're over there.
Pretty much. Well, now just looking to go ahead and push their way forward very aggressively. And there's the Bucky. Straight into the smoke, sees at Eco's feet, has the refract. Jumps back, but now Kelly is looking to try to pressure them out of lamps, but Absol doing well. Turns back towards backside. Finds the kill onto the enemy Yoru. Brings it back to parity, but the plant is still going to be coming through as very late rotation from XDL. Very much concerned about a potential long flank. Push coming in, and Absol just not going to be fast enough off the trigger. Jesse back able to find the one. Wants to try to pressure this Marshall out, but there's a shorty behind it. Berserk finds Eco, and suddenly Team Secret are finding themselves a bonus round win. 2v4 to try to turn the tide to this one, but Jesse Bash holds his own, down to XDL.
Good yun.
Try to make it happen. It just seems so very unlikely. One more.
Not throwable,
Jesse
not
Bash
throwable.
is down to 5. Time, however, starting to get away from him. Has to just try to full stick this one. But the snake bite is there.
Good
and
molly,
that will
good
be
molly,
it.
good
The
molly.
round victory going over to Secret.
Yeah, wow. And he can't even get away. Didn't have
Maximum
enough time.
damage.
Yeah, that's brutal for Zeta. Might have to see an early pump of the brakes.
Name ng
Try
nagsasalita
to
po,
get
kuha
this
niya ng attention ko. Ganda kasi.
situation righted.
Dean Mendoza, Parmador.
You know, kinda
Sasampingin
10-10
ko
there,
mukha
just
mo.
diving in with the shotgun. Syoto, he was going to challenge that. Maybe a little late, not expecting 10-10 to go that direction. Maybe expecting him to go on top of truck or just
Guys,
towards
nagsasaya ako.
U-Haul, something
Binubuisit
like
niyo
that.
ako. Lolo bash, good.
No,
Lolo bash.
XDL gets a couple kills there at the end. It's a very nice round for Team Secret. Now you're seeing 3 players in spawn here. Sugar Zero all on his own with a Sheriff in showers. They're just looking for that contact.
Now one player on the site and just let the other 3 flood in.
Yep.
Noise made here at Showers, and all 3 of them actually cut across the B.
Okay, just gather the
Now-
info, then be good, guys.
The gamble would be incorrect, but things could change depending on how Secret wants to try to pivot around this one.
Zeta's going for a hard read here that the early util being sent out would be fake, would be false.
Oh,
Swing in,
no,
yeah, able to just go ahead and
sayang.
quickly overwhelm him, not even going to be
Awak
damage
na
taken.
niya.
So weapon comes through, but with that many numbers spotted, obviously going to be a quick attack onto the A site. The rest of Secret.
Eben.
No one going for the teleporter, so still going to take a while for these players from Zeta to get into position.
Yeah, they didn't feel comfortable, didn't feel safe. They're gonna group and go. Still have a little bit of Sky utility. Still have Absol's blast pack, so they have some tools to get this retake to go.
Forward, pop flash, not seeing anything.
Wait,
10-10.
just
Spray
kill.
out from Lamps. Looking to try to find the kill. Gets a fadeaway shot on XCL. Peeks in for a little bit more, but can't quite steady it. So
Oh,
Shota
good trade.
able to trade one back, but Absol gets caught up at the same time. A 3v3 and nearly the lineup as Kelly S quickly able to find himself a 3rd elimination.
2v1.
Sugar Zero. It would just be about damage, but nothing more can be
Nice.
found.
Good job.
4-0 start is there for Team Secret.
They're just trucking along. You know, you can see some of the ideas from Zeta trying to make them manifest, but Team Secret able to hold on despite losing an early gun. Passing that over to Absol. Way 10-10's playing that angle.
Maria
Very,
Santos,
very
tumahimik
nice.
ka.
Doesn't
Saka
really
ikaw,
give his
RM
opponents easy
Estrella.
opportunities to trade initially. They do get it through. Kelly.
Huwag mo na ako pansinin, RM. Pansinin mo na lang muna, TS.
Yeah, still feeling good. Still looking good
Huwag ako.
for Team Secret. Zeta again. Overstacking one side of the map.
Yeah, looking for a quick crunch out, but no one home. Will be fast on the pivot, but fast on the attack. Our Team Secrets, the Dimensional Drift clears out all the A sites. Final peek towards Lamps. They know that they have this relatively for free. The only question mark going to be around that heaven position, which is why they send the C's up there. So plant now in. Can they hold the lines? No one really getting out onto
okay, nakapag-plant tayo ha.
Aside from Berserks outside of Showers.
Medyo delikado yan, Silvan.
Trailblazers spotting one.
Nice
Spray
one.
and pray. Still going to be good for one.
Oh no.
Before getting taken out, but Absol being able to find that trade up, that
Okay,
second elimination,
this is
puts
doable,
Zeta back into the
doable
driver's seat. Elias into the corner. Has to be red. It is. Gets a quick trade back. XDL flushing him out in 10-10's position. No. Just have to contain him here within Lamps if possible. As they hold for the defuse.
Anti-boys.
Timeout not needed, not quite yet. Themselves online in round 5.
Yeah, definitely some interesting decisions being made here by Sugar Zero in terms of his macro IGLing. They don't want to default. So the last couple of rounds, it's been these stacked pushes. Yeah, one of them was on an Eco, but it's some full rifles. This win right there, very, very huge. That Eco is able to outduel his opponent and open up that space there to keep the flanks of Zeta secure on that retake attempt. And who's
early timeout, guys, early timeout. Shoutout muna natin lahat na nandyan.
But I think here as, the coach for Zeta, XQQ, you want to shore up the default. Like, the default has been absolutely obliterated. It's been picked apart. You need to make sure that some of those protocols are in place. Make sure that, when Siota gets pressure at Lamps, maybe he can get that extra player over to help him out. Make sure that he's not going to be in a spot where he's in the landing zone of the race, where 10-10 is going to be going like those. Kind of giving them a little bit of grief.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Things like that. Got to be considering a little bit more here as Zeta. And you might want to consider making A your strong side temporarily. B has been widely avoided by Team Secret.
Streaming boss. Thank you, Muffin. Thank you, Muffin.
Team Secret only attacking an A side.
I never would have thought. This is in Haven?
Yeah.
Napagalitan ako, sorry po. Okay lang. Forgiven. Forgivable.
They will all be all the time on bind.
Forgivable.
You do have one of the Holy Moly players in the league now, though. Hermes.
That is true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I was thinking about it the other day when they were playing, and somebody was going B a bunch against them, and I'm like, come on, Hermes, you know what this is.
You've seen this before.
Yeah.
You've done this. Well, alt economy favorable to Zeta.
Okay, lahat sila may barrel.
Flash out, getting confirmation of presence, and this is the first time that we're seeing a very hefty presence from Secret leaned over towards the side of the map at the start.
Yeah, but you could see Sugar Zero's already drifting the other way for Zeta. So the reads kind of continue here where they're expecting the early points of contact from Secret to not be the real landing zones. A little bit of help behind the box, but yeah, that's Team Secret Snakebite. They were anticipating that they would try to stack inside of the octagon.
Yeah, trying to get a trap.
Yeah. Still kind of not, I think, where you'd want it to land, but oh well. So this was the correct read all along.
Double face, and LES not fast enough to get the readjustment. XTL collects the kill. And now with the Seekers going forward, this is going to be all the info that Zeta need. As Eco's going up and over the top, and has to refract back. Still going to be in a bad position, but no, pushes forward, is able to find 10-10.
Nakuha si 10-10.
Felt like he should have been dead to rights, but still able to find that kill. Does end up overstepping back in towards short, where Sylvan can collect the elimination. He is now one away from his own orbital strike, but I don't think we're going to be seeing it in this round, and no, we will not. He'll get taken out, and it's all down to Jesse Bash, a 1v2 at 7 HP.
Oh,
possible for him, but we'll be able to slip the net just a little bit there. Taps it, tries to take the early fight. Yeah, just the drag across through the wall. XCL with 3 will get Zeta their second.
Yeah, you can see that the reads are starting to work a little bit now for Zeta, where they're starting to feel that tendency of Jesse Bash on the other side, where he's going to want to show some presence on one side of the map early with the util, go to the other angle. Just fantastic work here by Zeta Division to cut the attack in half, to get 10-10 isolated on his own, get that kill, and then they're able to set up those crossfires at short. And at that point, Team Secret pretty heavily committed to that angle. Felt like they had to go for it. Just wasn't quite there. This time, Sylvan has his orbital strike.
Okay. Just reset.
Okay, just ult as well. Oh my god.
Fully blinded up, but This gets a lot of damage across on Absol now.
That's
Bounds upon it. Even more damage going to be found as XTL just having to dance around the paint shells, but still is going to be good for one. Maybe a bit of an overstep. Blast packs the corner. Sylvan with a nice shot. Will be able to put the enemy raised down, but XTL again. Big, heavy fragging round as he gets himself another 3. Potentially could have an ace. As Berserks swings around through the showers, looking for a backstab opportunity.
I'd like to see this spike covered from both the north and the south for Zeta.
Oh. We'll say contact about to be found over here at Market.
I think makukuha pa to ng TS.
Timing here.
They have it now.
They got it now.
And Shota down on the angle. It's a shutdown onto the enemy Viper.
Wala siya eh.
Widely where Jesse Vash was, and he does want to die. Doesn't want to exactly carry forward a Sheriff into the next one here, so we'll see how he decides to play this out. Goes so close enough. Spot.
Anti-boys,
lock on for the headshot. So 3-4. Zeta Division starting to run this one back. 3-round streak of their own.
Nasaan yung broom mo? Nakapark yung Bugatti
Showing
ko.
a lot of different looks to Team Secret. Really like the game plan here so far. Obviously, the first 4 rounds didn't go great, but since then, you know, it's a lot of extremity aggression where they're trying to contest 4 showers control, 4 long control, long B control, and it's really giving Team Secret some fits. Wouldn't mind seeing a timeout from them as well here to try to talk about how they want to deal with it.
Good timeout.
Try to maybe, frankly, simplify the game here a little bit. Maybe commit to one of those early pushes. Go for a fast hit, up long B or something like that to keep Zeta a little bit more off balance. So right now they're starting to get the pulse.
Peram ng lampo mo, sabi ni Legends. Ayoko. Magkano bilhin mo sa broom mo, bilhin rin ako.
Between these two teams, when you look at the compositions, they're actually fairly different. Obviously, both have
so di mo siya
Brim and
mabibili.
Viper, which is kind of borderline necessary on, stock standard borderline necessary on this map. But otherwise, you know, you both have Rays, but the difference in your initiators varies. Very impactful in terms of like the distance at which you can get information and
guys. Thank you
create
very much.
space
Shout out
and that
to
kind of thing.
Prince. Shout out to Legends.
We're gonna listen a little bit with Team Secret.
Yeah, they set things up here at the start of the round. They do have a lot of ultimates to try to work with.
Beshi, likod niya. Ayaw dyan bumbot. Yep, I scan. Calling. Charge, push.
Melee push. Oh no.
As the saturate goes out, Zeta
What a
just
smooth run by
claps it on top
Zeta.
of Team Secret. And any set strategy from that timeout quickly gets squashed. Pop flash out. Kelly S, however, still a bit fight in him. Swinging forward, finds himself a second, but cannot make the exit. Tries to go out, but Eco will be there to collect the final 2 kills, 3 overall. As the economy once again going to be broken down. And Zeta tie it up at 4-4.
Yeah, just more of the same here from Zeta, just on the other side of the map compared to the previous round. They're just going for it, and this works a treat, and it costs Team Secret a round of ult cycles. So this is phenomenal for Zeta in a lot of different ways. Not sure what the economy is going to look like here for Secret as well.
Full loss bonus, but still just bought into this one here.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a smattering of weapons.
Dikit lang natin, guys, then depending tingin ko kuha natin to.
Call it like a militia buy.
I like that.
Whatever they scrape together.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. I can get behind that.
Sure as hell is better than a Shiko. Either way, Convergent Path's going to be sent in. Try to slow up the approach, and yet 10-10 not going to be able to get the hell out of Hookah. Picked apart. Orbital Strike's able to find 2, and Kelly S pushing forward, finds the Spectre. Dimensional Drift now in play, but Eco has somewhat slipped this net. Slots forward through the smoke before you would have been seen by the Yoru. But now, little double take. Can make his exit safely out of long.
Oh,
this is a 3v2 situation, guys.
I think Sugar Zero ever got spotted in the back, but just another pause here from Team Secret.
Jesse Butch with the judge.
Overthink this potentially. That ult should kind of confirm it.
Okay, Jesse Butch with the ult. He knows where the enemy is, bro.
Well, we'll be able to do so. That's spiked down, but still a world away at the moment is Sugar Zero.
That's a good trade, guys. Okay. Malayo is more. You can
about this one.
30
Sends out a smoke. We'll just continue to swing around as the spike will be planted inside tube.
That's
Kaso
pretty crafty.
nakabundle
It's an
to.
early smoke. Also makes you think
Oh,
he's
no,
gonna
no,
come
no,
from
no.
hookah.
Good. Spectre
Very
and
quickly
Phantom.
we'll find out though. Kelias behind the box, gun barrel not quite spotted. Swings his way forward, almost gets the first kill, but can't quite confirm it. Team Secret managed to make it work there with the mixed bag.
Now I want to see what happened with the
Sayang lang
ultimate.
ako for
Like they
now
were
what
too tucked
happened,
into the
Bella.
cubby.
Tol, wag
Was
ka
it a
kasing magsayang muna.
Well,
Ako nga,
the
di
C's came
natalo
out early.
dito eh.
Yep.
Yeah, really.
And then it still was just enough. That's beautiful. Nice coordination there between Jesse and Sylvan.
Good to lock him in place. The Secret able to maintain the round lead. But the economy is it's boiled up a bit here for Zeta Division, so we'll be able to buy through for the most part for the rest of this half. Pit immediately going to be invested now.
The first operator on the other side of the map. So a lot to contend with here for Team Secret. Util's going to have to be on point. Start clearing off some of these angles. Look at this stack, a high-low.
Getting a follow-up here for Secret. The lock-up 6 for the half.
I'm gonna push hookah, bro.
Monumental after having to commit 3 ultimates into the previous round.
They don't want to challenge.
No, don't pick.
If they can get into that post plan, if they can maybe get 10-10 Showstopper to connect here on Ashota, they could open up space for themselves, get the plant, get the pit, maybe get the round.
Snake bite out. Showstopper
And then
getting the
with the
spot.
ult,
Opsal
nice
going
look.
to be taken down.
Oh no, that's a trade.
Little entry there from 10-10 Pit, however, still standing, but not for very long. As never mind. 10-10
Bro, they're
pushes
just
forward,
trading
finds him
each
outside of
other,
lamps.
bro.
Shot to the wayside, and XDL unable to hit the adjustment. Sugar 0 now. The next one to try to challenge 10-10. Snake bite at his feet. That'll reroute him.
Good
Nico
plan,
just
good
now
plan,
arrives,
good
and you
plan.
have this operator,
We
so
got the plant, bro. Okay, we got the
feels
ult.
like
We
it
have
has
the
to be a
ult,
call to
bro.
save.
Just
Should be.
position.
Still don't have the
Careless
tools,
whisper.
really. Get this retake to go, but they're still going to put pressure.
Masarap pa ulam
They
RM.
want to do a little economic damage if they can.
At least RM ano ka lang,
matters too
kill
much for the next
ano ka
round.
lang, kill critics.
They're
Di
looking
ka
for it.
hater pa.
Jeez, this is aggressive.
Trying to maybe just use
Nice
the
shot,
off.
10-10.
Keep attention towards backside for Sugar 0 to maybe slot in, but won't be able to find it.
Ah,
10-10
nice.
quick on the rotate.
Good job. Good job. We got
Nearly
the round,
find
guys.
himself an
Get the round.
ace here, perhaps.
Nice.
Nico goes on the peak, sees the drop, plays it quiet, takes the shot, and now immediately
Oh,
tucks back over towards the spawn.
NT.
Where he should be good to retain this op. Walked over the top. Not quite enough, but footsteps being heard. They're just going to try to play him in. He gets legged. He's got nowhere to go. He's completely boxed in.
Nice.
And 10-10 will
No,
be able to
no,
get the
no,
ace.
no,
So the round's
no.
already over, so it's not
You're
going to
not
pop up
going
on screen
anywhere,
for
bro.
him. But that is a big round from a player that has been very quiet thus far in Kickoff.
And he stood up on that
Ace.
one. He got up on stage and waved to the other side, waved to his former teammates. Do you miss me? Well, this round, maybe a little. Great work from him. Had to choose a target there. You know, Zeta wanted to offer up something that wasn't Siota to try to get that pit in place, but Siota got so uncomfortable he had to abandon the pit pretty early. This is Zeta?
Aba, early timeout for each team ah.
Yeah.
Masyadong
wow.
madikit eh. Parehang 0-2
Curious
kasi.
about this one. 2 rounds still
Pagka
to be
sumigaw
played
may
out in
regla
this
ka pa.
half. I mean,
Sasabunin ko ang mukha mo.
CQ must be feeling like they absolutely need these.
Shoutout Pogi, sabi ni
Alright, when you're
Dwayne
still just 2
Mochi.
rounds down, and the opponents have
Dwayne
just,
Mochi, what's up?
within the last
Your
2 rounds, dumped
prediction,
every
bro. What's
single
your
ultimate.
prediction,
Right.
bro? Guys, what's your prediction?
don't-
Why? What's your prediction?
Yeah, I don't
Come
know.
on.
I'm not exactly sure if he just didn't like that they committed to that attempted retake and dropped some guns that they didn't need to, and maybe felt like, you know, they're getting a little too overconfident, a little too aggressive. You know, the game plan might have been to come out swinging
Bro, we
here,
got
which we
ace
have
from
seen,
10-10,
you know,
bro.
with them, with the
10-10
long
is on
pushes
fire.
toward showers, toward long B, but maybe kind of talking about, hey, ease up. The economy is going to be really shaky after this one. Let's get back to basics. They want to go back to this 1-3-1 with the 3 players in spawn.
Blinded.
Trying to find that moment to pivot. You have the ability to get a little info here at long B, but
Kailangan lang dito
confirmed other than there
disiplina,
is
boys.
at
Alam
least
nyo,
one player.
guys, malakas naman ang
This
TS.
feels like the round where you should be fighting forward, fighting for these extremities of the sites, because you've got Absol 1 away from having a showstopper online.
Portal closed.
instead of going for a crunch out towards, Fountain.
Doing a thing.
Bit of a botch on the flash there, I think, so not much confirmation from XTL. But a 3-player walk down, so this is still going to be good info gained by Zeta, but they're still at risk. Sylvan here around the corner, knowing how much space they've given up, swings in, is able to find one before getting taken down. Execute now onto the B side, getting ready to come through, but Absol able to find that shot, gets the kill, but doesn't survive, so won't be able to bring the showstopper out into the round.
Nice!
And it's Team Secret, clear out elbow.
Bro.
Nico up and over the top, spotting one, draws at the shorty. Jesse Bash going to be taken down. It's a double approach through lab now.
Bro, di bumalik bro ha. May hawak na bandal yan bro.
Nico
Nice
trying to hold that line.
Okay, last one. Last guy.
Ball down to Shota.
Okay, you know the info bro. Didn't tap bro, he didn't tap. Okay, he is now tapping. Okay, he bitawan that. That's the ban.
The flash, the jump, peek out. Kelly S collects the kill. The timeout call not leading to the round win, and now it's a guaranteed lead at the half for Team Secret. Potentially looking at racking up an 8-4 scoreline.
Took a while for Zeta to get into a position to do anything about this execute. I mean, you have all the information in the world. You see it coming in, you're getting a kill, you're doing damage. XTL confirms further presence from Elbow. He had been spotted, he had spotted members of Team Secret. But Zeta took forever to try to get into that flank angle, to try to get a crunch going on the B side. Team Secret able to just fight their way through. Kelly S looking really sharp today.
Now they're expecting this pressure to come out. They played so passively the previous round. They said, okay, they're going to try to up the aggression. Nico goes out, and he goes down. Still a showstopper to work with. Some potential for Zeta to make this a 7-5, but another critical failure at the start of the round.
And now you're leaving that showstopper all on its own.
No, comment, please.
It's going to be tough.
Love you too, bro.
Thinking at best it's a trade. 1-for-1 as Zeta if they end up going that way, but just trying to obscure their presence, tucked around corners, tucked behind tube. Just looking for that crossfire. They haven't shown something quite like this.
Huwag mo spamin yung Leia Mi ha.
Be ready.
XTL just opening up
Boombot.
shots through the smoke as Util now starts to fly. Clear the boombot, the spam, and they just take him down. An explosion of death as Zeta suffers casualties across the board. Leaving now just Absol, the last one alive. The plant will be passed over, so they say, oh, you know what, we've got a showstopper of our own.
Spike planted.
And 10-10 immediately barreling forward, finds it, kills it. Absol will never get to use that ult. It's a flawless finish to the half.
Revenge arc.
Team Secret make it an 8-4.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd one for sure for Zeta. You lose 4 rounds in a row. Get a timeout in there, you're able to get 4 back of your own.
And you lose 4 more.
And then you lose 4 more, including throwing your second timeout into the mix. You must have a lot of faith here as XQQ in this attacker side that you can really do damage with this Waylay.
Halftime.
You know, compared to what your opponent is able to do with the Yoru.
4 guys in favor
so
of
you feel like that's where your edge is going to be.
We are going to defend the site now,
double
baby.
duelist comps. Maybe that's part of the mindset, but gonna have to wait and see if that actually plays out, because so far, I think a lot of things looking Team Secret's way. Just in general, their patience, their ability to kind of fool Zeta at times with some of the pauses that they were taking. And on top of that, just sharper gunplay, frankly. Gonna need a little bit.
Hey guys, ano kasi, alam nyo lang,
started a little hot,
malupit talaga TS.
Cooled off as that half went on.
Iba naman kasi sa bag, iba naman yung scream, pero malupit talaga sila. Grinders talaga, grinders.
Slow grind to a halt across the board for Zeta after that 4-round win streak.
And now guys, dahil lamang tayo, i-share nyo na live, i-heart nyo na yan. Shoutout sa lahat na nanonood ngayon. Shoutout sa inyo lahat guys, sana masarap ulam nyo. Thank you very much guys. Ako dito nag-iingay ako, tinitingnan ako ng mga Koreano, pero wala tayong magagawa. Di naman nila tayo
naiintindihan. They're putting 3 players in spawn every other round, just waiting to try to pivot, but Team Secret plays so slow. that I think if you're doing that, like that 1-3-1 where the 3 players are
Okay,
in
guys.
spawn, you're
Okay,
expecting
don't
fast
lose
hits. You're
the
expecting
aim.
like
Don't lose
a
the
pretty decent
discipline.
tempo to
Don't
your
lose the
opponent's
discipline.
attack.
Just focus
Team
and
Secret
calm.
wasn't doing that, so it's hard to get those pieces into place at the right time. They came too early more often than not, and that allowed Team Secret to kind of make better decisions, take those pauses that set Zeta off balance.
Well, now on to the attack with the double duelist of their own. Zeta missing out on that opening pistol. See if they can find this one here. Jesse Vash, big thorn in their side in that one. Finding 3. And on the jiggle feet,
Tatayo kapag
a shot to
nanalo,
the shoulder.
TS.
10-10
Pagka
now.
hindi,
Deep walkout, but
ano pre,
this
pag
is
di
being
ako
read
pagod.
as XTL will go ahead, swing the corner, confirms it. And that's all of Zeta now, rotating back across towards the A site.
I was curious there if Zeta was going to try to go for the waylay, dive in, saturate play, but
Okay, they know that tatlo yung B.
looks like it's available actually. Okay, here we go.
The dive in, spot a 10-10, and Absol just goes
Oh, no.
pushing forward, blast packing in.
Bro,
Right,
that
let's
right
go ahead and
click, bro.
confirm the kill. So early advantage here to the side of Zeta as the spike gets planted. Rotation still going to be coming through as Sylvan still back on B. Once again, these teams very
Good job.
suspicious about that late lurk, but now needs to start to get a move on. His teammates are able to fight back for one of their own. So 4v4. Go here within the smoke. Jesse
Idol.
wins that out. Looks for a little bit more, and he will
Jesse
find
goes.
it. Absol does manage to put him down as the paint shell flies, but Sugar Zero
Okay.
isolated, picked apart, and Absol now the one who needs to try to hold the line, and he cannot. Another pistol over to Secret
Vamos!
as they kick off the half, now 9-4.
Nagpipils ka ba?
Oh,
Tumahimik
yes,
ka!
15-9 now. Tremendous map for him so far, but some okay ideas here from
Panalo
Zeta.
na to, Miss Ganda.
Working the map,
Tumahimik ka, Mike,
finding
ha?
the weaker side, able to get this
Puta,
opening kill
imbis
really
na
nicely,
nagiging
using
masaya
the
ako,
waylay for the
pinapainit mo ulo
info.
ko eh.
Send in your
Tinitingnan nila
raise
ako
to
dito,
finish the
ano
job.
eh.
But losing that battle in the smoke, I've seen this a couple times where the Secret players have challenged those smokes, and they've won the fights, and that's cost Zeta dearly.
Let's go.
Vibes starting to,
Exist.
yeah, exist.
Just focus and
Look
don't
good.
lose the discipline. Okay.
Ooh.
That's a ton of damage. Still gonna go for
Oh,
it,
he got blind, bro.
but also got flashed up, so
Low si
we'll
Echo.
find a tiny little bit of damage there. Kelly
Good
does
trade.
get overwhelmed. The weapon gonna be on the
Bro,
floor.
low Echo, low X
That's
kill.
a casualty, but now the push forward into the smoke. Berserk's able to draw the pistol fast enough to take out XTL.
So this is low, bro. Low guy, low
Go
guy.
and try to see if they can be the
Nice.
difference makers here.
Last
Now
guy, last
just
guy.
the ladder. As Cecil put him down to 0. And Jesse Vash will just go ahead and finish the job. So this time, majority of the weapons, I believe, going to be picked up and scooped and carried over by Team Secret. So not as much harm to the economy this time around. We'll hit double digits.
Yeah, like the idea there from Zeta in terms of throwing the flash up ahead to try to set up Eco with the dash. The timing just a little bit off, still able to do a little bit of damage, but
Last 3, boys.
I don't know if
Last
that
3,
judge-
go.
okay, did get rid
Last
of it, I
3,
just
guys.
heard.
Last 3, guys. Okay,
Was that
last
a
3.
shorty?
Come on, baby. Last
Might have been
3.
shorty, I think it might have been
Good job.
Yeah, no, you're right. So I
That
don't know
was
if they know
a
about
nice
the
game,
judge,
boy.
but
Nice game. You a nice
should
play,
be
nice
suspicious
game.
of it at the very least.
Nice play, nice game.
See, playing really nice on the fade. He's been really good with the util, sharp with the shots.
Good utils
Hell
with a
yes.
good sharp aim,
Big,
boys.
big part of this is gonna go for the
Combination.
Bucky. Couple shotguns there. Bandit for Berserks. Just
Jay Barrientos,
pressure
wag kang
as
bastos,
far
no?
forward as they can to get these short
Gusto
range
ngaling
weapons.
kita.
Best opportunities they can muster. Zeta's just chilling. They're like, this might be a round where they go for a little bit of an aggressive push out somewhere. Let's see if we can figure it out. Not going to confirm anything. Siota far enough back. Wouldn't have spotted him. Boombots say hello.
And just breeze past each other.
So you know where the raise is. And you know where the fade is.
Just chill, guys. Chill, chill.
Maybe you
Don't
wanna
lose the
go towards the
discipline.
fade
Don't
side.
lose the sharpness, guys.
Avoid some of that potential lethal combo to challenge this. So XDL
Pa talaga
Classic
pagbaba yung
dog.
ambassador ng isang team, lalakas talaga.
in.
Tumahimik ka,
Clear
Mike,
long
no?
A. Buddy over at Hookah. Siota watching the flank. It's going to be a little bit little bit challenging because now you've got Kelly S over here as well.
30
I'm
seconds
a little
left.
worried about this.
Yeah, you've got Kelly with a bulldog and Jesse at elbow with that Bucky in hand. Judge getting ready to come in. Sylvan, the judge, finding one. The Bucky finding another. The jump out. The second pump. Sugar
Okay,
Zero
good
take it down.
shotgun by
Kinder
Idol
into the
Lolo
corner,
Bash.
but the man still has a shotgun, and he's still absolutely tearing them to pieces with it.
Seconds left.
If not for the reload, would have had Shota dead as well, who now needs to commit in for the plant. The push from Berserks is coming in faster than he could draw the weapon. Shota nearly having him lined up, but just gets overwhelmed by the two remaining players. And it is once again going to be a bonus conversion as Team Secret now 2 rounds away from taking down Zeta on Zeta's map pick.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Boss pa
You're just
shoutout,
not
happy
getting any
streaming,
info
wag mas
here
stress,
as
sabi ni
Zeta
Bert,
before you
Gabriel,
commit to the
shoutout.
hit.
Gabriel, shoutout.
And you're just getting wrecked by shotguns. I mean, sure, you get a couple from Eco, but Jesse able to navigate beautifully with util.
Enemy remains.
Nagkasalang eh, uubos ang
Really plays
apat
that
eh.
corner so nicely, and just Zeta not really able to figure out what the heck's going on until it's all too late.
What to do.
Watch my left, watch my left.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Don't pick.
Nice shot!
Good
Good shot! Another one,
Playing
sisili
together
pa
here
isa.
at Long, able to find 2 kills.
No.
Forced by. So
Good
far from
shots,
Zeta,
boy, be.
it's just absolutely crumbling. Team Secret very well set to move up to match point.
Oh,
Gonna
okay,
pop
baby,
flash out.
this is it, baby. Come
Finds
on,
XTL,
baby.
Sugar Zero, last one standing. Stops it from being a flawless, but this would be heroics that haven't been put on display in quite some time.
Nice.
And even be
One
able to
win
get
away,
started.
bro.
10-10
One round
finds
away,
another with
one
that
round
outlaw.
away.
Team Secret now
Then we get the
have
first map.
point absolutely
This is
locked
it,
up.
fan seat,
Yeah,
boys.
and I mean, even with the loss bonus cash, Zeta invested into
This
this
is it.
round.
One round
paid the
away,
price.
then we get the first map.
Couldn't get anything
Okay.
done. Like here,
One
the
round
coordination
away.
there with 10-10
One
and Jesse,
round
that was
away,
something
bro.
I
One
wanted
round
to see at
away.
the very beginning of the map. We get to see good example of it there. You know, with that fade and raise combo, having those
One
two
round
in
away.
sync, really, really critical. A map like Bind, getting to hear them covering each other's angles, making sure that they're in the right place, watching the right things. It's a judge.
Okay,
for
care
Absol.
for the shotgun, bro.
One hero full rifle for Sugar Zero, a couple Guardians.
Well, heard these rotations back kind of short as it does connect. Pushing forward,
Oh,
Judge
no.
absolutely
Get
will find
shotgun,
the
bro.
first. A couple shots forward into the smoke. Creates a weapon. It's XTL.
Nice shot.
Winning up that fight versus Jesse Bash. It's Jesse
Jesse
Bash just
Bash.
continues to run forward and take names. 2 players dead. All of
It's a
Zeta
3v4 situation,
clustered here within
2v4
lamps.
situation.
push forward. Just the wide swing across Absol now. Last one standing. Showstopper right there at his feet. Eats a bit of damage down to 35. And 10-10 will go ahead and drive the final knife into his heart.
We got the map. We got the map,
13-4.
guys. We
Team
got the
Secret.
first map here, baby.
Just 2
We got
big
the first map
win
here.
streaks in rounds.
Okay, we won. We
To
won.
go
we
ahead
won. We
and
won the
close
first
out
map,
this
guys.
opening map.
We won. Yes, won, guys.
Yeah,
yes,
just
won.
absolutely rolling Zeta on their map pick a bind. That's starting to be very encouraging. I mean, again, I've always thought that for Team Secret, there's some good pieces on this team. There's some
Pag
strong
nanalo ba
players.
TS,
If they can
mare-reset na si Leo
get it
Mio.
in sync,
Brian,
get it
kayo,
together,
huwag ka naman bastos.
find some good game plans,
Ano
find
mang
some
ganyan,
coordination. It could be scary, and this is by far the best we've seen from them in a lot of different ways. You know, you could tell the coordination is much better. You could tell that the
Okay, guys.
big picture decision making is more
TS1,
in
guys.
sync. A
TS1,
lot of
okay?
the players are
TS1.
playing together. The
Be good,
util
be good,
combos
be
are
good,
starting
be
to
good,
come
be good.
through. Yeah, you had some great individual moments, some individual heroics
Yeah, just don't lose
that also
the
carried you
discipline,
through on some of
just
these rounds, which is
calm
what I
your
would expect
aim.
with some of the players on this team. What I
Okay,
would
make
expect
it
from
sharp.
Kelly S. What I would expect from 10-10.
Make it sharp
I'm feeling
and
this
be
is
good.
very much, as we get ready to go into split from map 2, going to be a battle of who has improved the most. Because both teams played split this year, and it has been bad. Both of them have a 2-13 record under their belt. So we will see which one can come out on top of for Zeta Division. It is a
Sabi sa'yo,
must
panalo na
win.
tong
They
Team
have to
Secret
win
na
there,
ikaw na kasing
extend
Twitter
this
na
over
magiging
to
tayo.
Abyss if they want to stick
Tumahimik
around
ka,
and
Mike.
kick off.
Kadiri ka.
Otherwise,
Tutaragis ka.
they're going to be
Hindi ka ba
looking at a
kinikilabutan sa
2-0
sinasabi mo,
elimination at the
Han? Pareho
hands
tayo
of Team
lalaki.
Secret.
Yeah, I would like to see Zeta be able to default a little bit more, not have to rely on some of these kind of tricky, convoluted setups that they're going for, especially on their defender side, that just don't seem to find value.
Well, we will see what happens when we come back for split, but for now, pass it over to the LSS to break down the brief action
Talo
for
to
Bond.
pag si BT yung nagsasalita.
Alright, 13-4
Wag ka naman ganyan,
in
uy.
favor of Team Secret. This was
Wag
a
ka
Team
naman
Secret
ganyan,
that looked
uy.
a lot
Para
more
namang
confident.
ganyan.
Confidence that we've sorely missed here in Kickoff. I think Team Secret, they might not have found
Nice
the perfect
go, TS,
chemistry
sabi
just
ni
yet, but it's getting
Super
there.
Crow.
Yeah, I mean, this was
Super
a much
X-Row.
improved map.
Super
Very,
Crow.
very happy to see this from Team Secret. Felt like they were waking up. Feels like we're seeing different
Grabe
individuals start
guys,
to pop up.
nakita niyo
Feels
yung
like we're
play
seeing
ni
good
Ten ni
synergy
Jesse
now.
Bash.
I mean, look at that ult with
Nakita
Sylvan
niyo
where,
yung-
Jesse lands
this
that
map,
C's
bro,
as well. You can't do that without some
Oh,
good
diba?
communication.
Sinagdala.
So, impressive by Team
Sino
Secret.
nagdala?
They're on the board.
Siyempre, buong
First map
team,
win
di ba?
at
Pero
Kickoff.
grabe yung
with Zero
highlights
Bind.
ni Tenten
Yeah,
and
for sure. I
Jesse
think,
Bash
look,
doon.
honestly, Team Secret, they weren't too bad even in their other game against
Look,
DFM
bro,
on
who's
this map.
the
You could see
MVP,
some
bro?
glimpses
Look.
of, something coming together,
Who's the
but this
MVP
was a
now,
much better,
haters?
more well-rounded performance. Jesse Vash had a pretty good game.
Who's the
Kelly S
MVP
about the same
now?
performance on the Yoru. The agent swap of the duelist Waylay onto Raze worked out quite well for 10-10, and it just felt like this was a team that had it
Oh,
together.
walang
Of course, it
kampantian
helps
dito ba
when you
malakas
win
din Zeta,
your
no?
pistol and bonus
Yeah.
on both halves to win any game of Valorant, but still, I think they definitely did earn that one, and I think Zeta maybe a little overconfident from their game against Fnatic in the off-season, perhaps. They ran the same comp. In fact,
Wag
in that game, they went
makampante. Ang sabi
crazy
ko
on
nga,
their
don't
attack,
lose
but
the
unfortunately,
discipline.
when you
Don't
have
lose the
a bit more of a
sharpness. Don't lose the
lackluster
calm
first half,
aim.
where
Parang
you
ako
only
lang
get
yan
yourself
eh.
4 rounds, given
Ako
that
never ako
those
na-tilt
were
sa
gun
balo.
rounds at the end of the day, but then you lose 5 in a row and you can't
Never
even
ako
get yourself
na-tilt
more
sa
than one
balo.
gun round on
Bago
your
gusto
own
na
attack.
makita ng pogi.
That's where you can't really necessarily play to your strengths, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure. The early momentum was also so important, especially when you're led by Jesse Vash. We've criticized him quite a lot.
Get him in the skirmish every game.
Exactly.
He's
he has to
warmed
get
up.
warmed up. He has
To
to
be
get
honest, I
warmed
think
up.
it was just giving Absol a false sense of security.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He lured him in with that skirmish result, then activated in the server. That's my guy.
It's all about the long game here
Yeah.
for Jesse Vash,
That's
right?
experience.
But of course,
Ay bro, I
this
love you na
wasn't
bro.
totally
Ay
a miss,
bro,
of course,
eh
in
syempre
the division.
dapat
We did see
magkaibigan
that
lang
there
tayo
were
bro,
some
di ba?
rounds
Kasi
where
di
they
naman tayo
actually looked
talo.
as confident
Bro,
as
kita
Team
pero mahal
Secret.
kita
Well,
bilang
defense was
kaibigan lang.
interesting. They
bro.
had some kind of crazy setups.
Diba?
You saw
Isa na
a
lang
lot
layon.
of
Pag kumain
aggression
ka, 1
through
mil, no?
bathrooms with some crunches. You saw some
MVP si Lolo Bash. Si
complete
Uncle Jesse
retake
Bash is
setups on A
MVP.
right
Grabe
from the
shotgun
get-go
niya
with
dun.
4 players running
Grabe
all the
pistol
way
niya dun.
down
Yung
long.
pistol
You
siguro
saw a lot
nilalagay
of these aggressive kind of plays from Zeta time and time again on their defense. Sometimes
This one
it
was
worked
nice.
really well and it allowed them to fast flank. Sometimes Secret was able to kind of adapt to it a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Okay,
I liked a
guys,
lot of these kind of sort
ano muna
of
tayo?
little cheesier setups. You might say, there's that long push that does end up working well for them later on in the half. These kind of showers, aggressions, and we see them continually try to flank behind. Now, I like it as a game plan. The problem is when it becomes that little bit predictable. You see how Secret are able to just sort of read the aggression, start reacting to the other side a little bit after they get burned by this one, though.
Well, this time, this play definitely worked out. The time they ran it previously, Secret wasn't even on this
Share
side of the
muna tayo
map.
ng
They
live.
just kind of went for the fast flank.
Isang
They did a
kaldag naman
lot
dyan,
of
Boss Buta,
1-3-1
nanalo na,
with 3 players
papakaldagin
sitting
mo pa
in
ako.
spawn, waiting
Hindi
for the
natalo
fast
tayo pag
rotate as
kumaldag
well.
ako, hanap
Look, I
ka
think
naman.
that this is the kind of style that it can
Ang
work
way
for
para
you, but at
manalo
the
dito
same
is
time,
huwag mo
it is a little bit
i-ditch, bro.
gimmicky, and I think
Yeah.
once
Huwag kang
another team is
tatayo.
able to
Ano,
actually
wag
bot
yun
review
natayo.
and see that you
Diba?
play
Kahit
like
sobrang
that,
hype
they're
ko,
going to
hindi ako
adapt to it a
nalundag.
lot faster. It caught Secret off guard a little bit, but
It's
to
more.
their credit, they did take a timeout, and I felt like after that timeout, they adjusted to the style a lot better and had some better answers, and you could see after that 4th
Basta sa
streak
balo,
in a row from
become
from
pante,
Zeta
always expect
on their
the unexpected.
defensive
Yes,
side and
bro.
some
Kasi
success
isipin nyo,
playing that
guys,
style.
yung
Secret were actually able
malalakas
to
na
close out
team,
the half pretty cleanly.
Yeah, once they
nasa
started
middle
really
bracket
getting
and
what Zeta
lower
was
bracket pa yung
doing,
iba.
once they
Yeah.
started reading them,
See?
and getting that early momentum also that we were talking about earlier, it just lent them so much more confidence going into this match. We saw it so many times.
Diba?
We saw
Paper
all
Rex
of the
na
Secret
tatalo.
players really fired up, and it was just different energy coming into this one, especially with those pistol rounds.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've won every pistol on Bind thus far. Even in the game against DFM, they've won 3 out of 4 bonuses. So, no doubt, look, they've got some decent looks on Bind, but I really wonder to
Diba, Tol,
myself, are
natatalo
Secret
lahat
going to be
last
able to
di
be this
matalo.
competitive on Bind or even
Kahit
win
ng- ano
this
ko pa ako,
particular map?
punta
They
rin
just
sa
won against
sapatos.
Zeta. if you push them into more gun rounds.
Yeah, I mean, there's no two ways about it. If you win double pistol, it's a massive boost. And if you win double pistol, double bonus, there is no world where you could ever lose this map. To be honest, they kind of had it locked up just from the start of those halves. But this is all they needed. They got that map on the board, and you still have to get it done in those rounds. It's never just handed to you. So respect for them for making that work. But if this is a kind of trend you can continue, especially as we move towards the rest of this series now, if you're able to consistently win pistols, that's how you win those series. It really does make a world of difference.
And there's the big question that we have going into the next map, right? The consistency of it all. You had great energy going into this. Can you keep it going? We mentioned Tenten quite a lot in our pre-show, and the attention was on him because, of course, this is him going up against his former team. And this is also him really being tested because he hasn't been putting up the numbers. But hey, massive improvement.
Yeah, I mean, so take a look at this graphic. This map, what is the map he just played? So he was on the Raze, not the Waylay. And that's the thing we really want to talk about, is the fact that they've swapped away from this Waylay to a much more comfortable agent, and you can see how much he's improved. I felt like he was able to be a little bit looser. They were sending him in a little bit more, and he's able to get those frags. So very, very impressive for him, and that's what we want to see. Glad that he's stabilizing. Now, will he be able to do it on Split?
Yeah, I think on Zeta, he even had some big games on the Raze. It's clearly a comfort agent for him, and I think it's important to prioritize for player comfort, especially in a team like Secret where there's just so many other variables. You've got the communication barriers already. It's a newly gelled team of a lot of players who haven't even really played together very much before or might not be familiar with one another. So I think prioritizing player comfort and having a little bit of give rather than just forcing as much kind of abrasiveness and friction as possible can make a big difference sometimes. Just like putting texture on Sentinel.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. Check his stats. Go back and check his stats. He was comfortable there.
Rugen, let bygones be bygones. Oh my gosh, this guy, he just can't get over it. But going back to 10-10, I remember Berserk's talking about how he felt that Tenten was still a little bit afraid, a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Because he was still mixing with Team Secret and switching over to the Raze, as you mentioned, Pilski, that comfort pick really gave him just a lot more confidence. And it feels like he did take that to heart. And he's going in with a lot less fear into this. Now, of course, Split might be a different story.
I hope not. Run it back. It's the same thing last night. Like they're playing Waylay Yo. Get that out of here.
Yeah, get a Raze.
Chuck him on the Raze again.
I'd be so down with
Send
that. It seemed to fit so well. But like our casters mentioned this, and Split is a map that both of these teams have not had success on. It's not been good for either of them so far. Kind of interesting to see Team Secret come in and pick this because they're 0-2 on it so far, and on their defensive side, they've only managed one round in 2 games. That's the half where there really has to be some improvement because that's where they're starting out.
Yeah, and they will play the Raze, so they're going to back themselves with the Raze instead of the Waylay. I think this is good adjustments. I think it's an agent that can work very well on the defense. Their attack was decent versus Dogship, but I felt like a lot of it was down to fortunate contact play, so we'll see if that continues for them. Zeta looks like they're playing something similar as well to last time.
Yeah, I mean, I like this for Zeta. We need to see Eco heat up on that Neon. I think that would be a really big win condition, but like we say, I think the defensive side has been a real struggle for Team Secret, so I think if Zeta want to really make a mark on this map, I need a big first half from them. Get that score so high that Secret have no chance.
Oh yeah, can Zeta manage to run it back, or are we getting some unfinished business now finished on the side of Team Secret? Let's find out as we take it to Split. Over to your casters, and Achilles.
A potential last stand here for Zeta Division in Kickoff. They need to win on Secret's map pick of Split, a map that has up in kind to either of these squads. But if they are unable to do so, then Secret will be moving forward to play versus DRX in just a few days' time. Keep themselves alive here in the bracket.
Gonna have to dig deep here as Zeta is seemingly part of Team Secret's MO today, that, the big switch has been 10-10 over to the Raze. Desk was talking about that. We saw it on Vine where there was some good combos there with Jesse Bash. Another map here in Split where should potentially lend itself to that a little bit. Just a big dash out from Nico, taking a lot of space. This is all a ruse. This is all a ruse.
Nila gets humor. Hello, thank you, Thank you. Just swing in the corners, able to find the first there as Zico rides the rope up the top through vent. Berserks gets taken down, so strongest advantages that we've seen from Zeta in a pistol so far. That's quickly going to be undone as Jesse Bash continues to just be their kryptonite in these rounds.
Ooh. Able to just get around the corner in time. Going to be able to get to the plant. Huge that XDL wins that fight, doesn't take any damage. Gives you a player advantage there because of the way he plays that angle. Doesn't overcommit to it, even with that stack from Team Secret. That could be the difference maker in this round.
Just the push towards screens, the Prowler to scout. Some noise made, but only a smoke and a boom bot really to speak of here for Team Secret. No util either for Zeta Division, but they do have the numbers advantage.
Every talo ng round. Reset, ganun lang ang mindset.
As Malahawk back online from XDL, but wallbang shot, Absol able to find Sylvan, push the corner, Eco taking down 10-10 before Jesse Bash claims him. And XDL will be able to find the finisher here. Solid round from him once again as Zeta Division get their first pistol of the series.
Yeah, it's coming down here to some individual execution at times for Zeta, but it's also part of the big picture here that they're able to create so much space with the Neon. Taking a page out of Nongshim's playbook a little bit. XDL gets that one and backs off. No damage taken. Got that shorty there. You're even using one of your other players' Ghost to kill the Boombot to keep this position that we see right there secure, to make sure that they don't know that that shorty's danger close. You kind of suspect it anyway, but at least doing some of the right things in the protocols to keep Team Secret guessing. And again, big individual moments, something that was sorely lacking for Zeta on Bind. Able to shine.
Nasa B, bro.
The Marshal here for Absol. Couple rifles, 2 Bulldogs. Go with the Phantom. Big round for Zeta if they can win this clean.
On this corner, and yeah, will just be a bit of flat damage into the finisher from Absol.
Good shot yun by Zeta.
Solid shots, picking up 2 charges towards that dimensional drift. As Shota on the late lurk, hearing these footsteps. See if he really is able to get involved, but he's still getting an immense amount of information for his team. Whether or not he finds a kill himself could come down to the call from Team Secret, but he's not going to go for the approach in the back. Does cut through across towards fence, as it does look like Secret sussing this out, being wary about the potential approach from the Viper.
Just focus, guys. We can reset every round.
Seen that today from Team Secret. Most of the rounds they've at least been aware.
Jesse there on the stairs, swing in. Shots flying, and Shota, the one eating the damage here as the reloads come through, and Jesse will just be able to run him down. Absol now on the approach from behind. Going to try to get something done here with the Marshal. Finds himself a 3rd kill. So 2 more charges towards getting that ult online. Zeta otherwise carrying forward all of the weapons that matter.
We got the kill, bro.
Pretty much exactly what you want to do there as Zeta, other than some of those missed shots from Shota. Other than that, everything was according to plan.
Yeah, the destination was reached.
Yes.
There's a couple layovers that were unanticipated.
Yeah. I want to see exactly what Team Secret's going to be up to. Now that they're going to have full rifles, but it should be a pretty healthy follow-up, a bonus for Zeta. You can see a stinger there for Absol, but 4 rifles otherwise.
Anti-bonus from Secret. See what they've got. Calling for that B heaven position. Quickly gained control up here by Zeta Division as Berserks. He had a couple shots there, but now last one standing here on the site. Needing to hold his own. Finds 1, finds 2, turns back to get that kill on a Sugar 0, but eventually flushed out by XDL. Jesse in 10-10 now, last one standing as there's the gun barrel spot. Damage across, but kill not quite found on the Jesse, but Spam will just take him even lower. Just finding the headshot. The second, and suddenly has a chance to make a go of this one. The bite going to be layered in, however, and given how low he is, can't afford to try to hold that up to half. Tucks back in, actually eats more damage. 26 health. Shota in the 1v1, the swing at the corner. And for a second, it looked like Jesse was going to be able to find it, but Shota does manage to get the kill over the line, and now it's going to be Zeta's turn to go ahead and convert a bonus.
Yeah, I think just in general, the firepower is swung towards Zeta's direction. That's part of the reason they're having this success right now, is they're starting to get these frags going. Decent reactions from Team Secret. You know, they have the Oru TP in place to get Kelly S over early. You gotta be kidding. He wins that fight. The flash is just a second late, you know, a split second late. That allows him to get the shot lined up, but winning that shot fight on the backside for Shota, very nice. The only thing I don't like from Zeta was when they pushed Jesse 1v1. I think you could have just waited for Siota to get there, especially after Jesse got the first. Other than that, it was a pretty clean round for Zeta.
Well, triple stack. Actually going to be abandoned by Jesse Vash. Just leaves it at a high-low.
Triple stack.
Prowlers around in towards main as the push gets ready to come through. Player's going to be spotted, but Kelly has able to find one. The slide across. It was on stun.
No, what a pass.
Put a risk and put low on HP, but does manage to survive as Absol cleans up 2 kills with that Outlaw.
Time to jump.
So now Plant ready to come in. Berserks with the Hero Guardian. Trying to see if he can make this a bit more costly and slow down the ballooning of Zeta's economy.
Well, and Zeta has to slow down here because you would assume that it's a gamble stack. Like, you're worried that there's going to be
one
more
round
players
at
there.
a
That's
time.
a beautiful relay bolt from Eco.
Now, the worst thing you could do at the moment would be dimensional drift into the site. It looks like they're not going to do that.
I was like, don't will that into existence, please.
They are just going to TP forward, spot check around, and just bully by numbers.
30 seconds
See
left.
now that they are safe to go for the plan. Eco, the one taking point over here at the base of ramp. All comes up, Berserks slotting ever closer to try to get some value from this Guardian, but he's going to be able to make a go of it. It's shot out from Sylvan, just fishing, trying to see what he can possibly find.
That's the paranoia, but I don't think it'll matter.
Last player standing.
Sylvan gone. Eco, I'm not sure if he caught a glimpse of Berserks, but it looks like Berserks is, well, no, he's absolutely seeing each other now. Fight going to be thrown down, trying to push him into the open. See what damage he can get. There's the one. It's for a second.
Boys,
To find it. 3 players surviving. Zeta Division.
This is it, guys.
Themselves a
4-0,
4-0
guys.
start.
Ito na yun. Nahabulin na nila to.
I feel like I have to ask production for a favor because surely there is a Zeta watch party.
Has to be.
It's the best they've looked so far. Can we see the watch party?
Yes, please. Something to be hyped for on this map. Looking much, much better. Able to quickly.
There it is. And Zeta guy right there.
Timeout.
Perfect.
Okay, good
Thank you.
timeout, guys. Good
Beautiful.
timeout. Ano lang to, konting kalma lang.
Everything
and
is
then
right in the
find
universe
the
now.
discipline, find the inner peace. Kaya
Cats and
ibalik
dogs
ni
living
Coach
together.
yan.
Of course, correct.
Coach RBTX.
It has, I mean, because we have been in the darkest timeline. I mean, you being at the top of the
Kaya
predictions
kaya niya
leaderboard
yan.
is
And I'm on top of
shocking.
build diff.
Yeah, it's, I don't like this world that we've slipped into.
I haven't been here since 2023. Yeah, it's been a while. Not sure how I feel about it, honestly. I'm just not trying to gloat too much, not trying to rub it in too much. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Yeah, it's definitely not what you're doing right now. Your condescension.
I would never. Me patronizing? No.
Jinban niya. So pati Genji, pati
But now,
BL,
timeout
ganon.
expired. Let's see if Secret can start to turn around fortunes a bit. I mean, this was kind of the breaking point. We saw Zeta start to get themselves on board, get their own 4-round win streak in that first map. The desk had talked about it. This side of the map, Secret have only gotten 1 round win on across the 2 previous times they have played Split.
You know there's 2 here. You heard the op shot, heard the cover fire to clear the util to protect the op. That's going to force rotations over to the other side of the map. And kind of how you want it as Team Secret in some ways. The ult going, try to show it on the B side, but all for A actually. TP set up way in the back towards A lobby. Site has to begin over. You have the Nightfall here for retake, but so does XDL to counter. So it's kind of a tic-tac-toe game.
Here.
3-player approach around from main. As Nightfall will confirm no close presence over towards the spawn. So this does allow for Zeta to go ahead and change up their defensive positions, especially as the Nightfall now comes out from Jesse Bash. Connecting on to 2 at least at main. Gabsol just able to avoid that at screens. Not really scaling off of this. Still slow going. Sugar Zero cycling a smoke. Quick TP to reposition. There's XDL now able to find the first kill. Sylvan will trade 1 back. Eco going to be struck down. The push forward into the smoke. Sugar Zero able to find the first. Gets himself a second. XDL will mow down the remainders. They shrug off the timeout. By Zero still established here by Zeta.
That's so cheeky by Sugar Zero there. The snake bite comes through. He throws out a smoke to make it look like he's He's having to panic to get out of there. He TP's in there. They suspect that he might have just stayed and faked the TP. But by the time they realize that he snuck all the way around the other side, he finds two. XDL has been really good today for Zeta. All things considered, that has been a bright spot throughout both maps. Now he's 7-2, so he is feeling it, putting Zeta on his back. They're going to need a little bit more, maybe.
Prowler on the chase, but Nico not really caring about that too much. Sends out now the overdrive. Prowler just get cleared. He pushed forward. The answer is yes, but to his demise. Just imagine the nice headshot will be able to take him down, but XDL continuing right where he left off. Finds himself another 2K. He will fall down to 9 HP, so still margins for error available to exploit for Secret here. They look to get themselves a thrifty win.
Could be a little tough. Don't have much in the way of util to get you info. Try to suss out what's going on this A site. Commit bodies to the cause and make sure your trading's good.
Sees the corner, no grab. Kelly S there. At screens and 10-10, finding that kill. Could absolutely be everything for them. Spam down a little bit low, and eventually SugarZero will be able to find the kill. Now it's a 2v3, still with XDL down to 9 HP. Kelly S slotting forward in around elbow. Being watched for at the moment. XDL dialed in on this, but no, shifts it up, turns away, but SugarZero turns back. Great awareness from the new IGL of Zeta. Shuts down the real hopes of pulling off this thrifty. Sylvan maybe to find a little bit more damage, but never mind. Won't even be able to get that. Economically, Zeta already very well set. And that's now 6-0 on the board.
Yeah, it's impressive just how quickly Zeta is recovering from a bad bind and the way that they're playing off of each other. XDL able to follow up off his teammates very nicely. Gets put down weak, and they're asking him to hold that angle to cover the plant. And as soon as he looks away, that's when SugarZero checks back. So, well, someone had the time to sneak into elbow. XDL had to go cover long. I better make sure. So it's just really good communication, good awareness. Zeta Division, in particular in those post plants, been unbreakable. Now you're in trouble here as Sylvan, all on your own. Paranoia to try to buy time, but it doesn't eco.
It doesn't, but early TP from Absol doesn't mean that he's set up to die. And Kelly S is able to take down the enemy Neon. Player advantage going to be established. Pit now bloomed on this site. Maybe just a silent rotate out from XDL trying to make his way to heaven, but no, just pushes the pit and wins it out. Forces the TP as well.
Bring them down.
And there's the TP call. Back across over towards the A site. Shota set up to try and intercept any rotations from this B side, but Jesse Vash well out past main. Might just catch him off guard, but the smoke is going to be cycled forward to block off that position. So Zeta very much are dotting their I's and crossing their T's here.
Timing so good from SugarZero there, right as Kelly S pulled his ult. He TP'd across.
Falls.
Oh my god.
He's investigating over towards Vents, where there is this approach from XDL. Oh, the noise made. Doesn't get the silent drop. And now makes them feel like they have to get a go of this one. So it just means that 10-10 Kelly S end up getting caught off guard. Jesse Vash into the 1v3. Haunt out, going to be dodged. And Zeta will just rotate out, but the time isn't there. So, I mean, a ninja defuse, as amusing as it would be, not to be possible, nor is escape. 7-0.
I don't know what's going on. This is just absolutely bizarre in terms of how things went on map 1 versus now. Sylvan, good to get one at the very least, stuck in that corner by himself, but XDL just finds the perfect time to swing into that Viper's pit. You just don't expect it there. As Team Secret, probably at that point, with how long it had taken before you had seen or heard anything, you're like, oh, they're probably rotating A now. Maybe this is starting to get safe.
That's 12-2-1 at the moment.
No, he's going crazy. He's just fully locked in today. You do have an ult here for 10-10. XDL with another Nightfall. Just a matter of, are you going to be able to find a good chance to use this ult as Team Secret to try to get something going on this defender side? 7 in a row.
Well, looking to try to just TP forward in all of the chaos. Showstopper, however, committed in. We'll be able to find that kill, making it a 1-for-1 exchange.
Now do you give up this gun or do you cover it as Zeta? Oh.
Shota just does that, I suppose. There's plenty of noise being made, and it looks like, given the kill over at A, the read for Secret, and that is where they're going to look to strike. So Zeta very quietly just push forward in behind them, filling this space at the B site with their own forces, and Shota holds his own for a second kill. Plant now heard, but
Spike planted.
with this Viper in the midst or in and around the back, you want to be able to deal with it. The judge there from Berserks will be able to do so. Gives them an opportunity now. 2v3, but 10-10 needs to keep himself alive. Flashback to try to offset. Can't TP fast enough there for Sugar Zero. Rainfall does get committed. Now the 1v2. Snakebite holds him off from the garage angle, but the pop flash as well. Delays Berserks at Rafters. Drops down, noise made.
There.
XDL holding from this alley access. Swings in, finds the timing, gets the kill. And Zeta continue on their merry way.
This is just cheeky stuff from Zeta Division, waiting out that gun. You know, understanding that, of course, they're going to want to scoop this gun up off of the dead body of Eco here. The smoke comes through, and they know that's exactly what it's there for, to get 10-10 that gun. And then they just lurk in right behind it. Just wait long enough for 10-10 to make the rotation towards their spawn. And then that's when they fill in the site. It's just little things that they're doing that are so unexpected, so against the grain of how a lot of teams would play.
And now they're expecting aggression. All 5 players just sat back here. No showstopper to try to break this with, and 10-10 will be able to find the first. Multi-player presence now confirmed, as Paint Shell has to be avoided.
Shadows traveling.
And as far as just getting in, getting one, getting out, that's pretty well done for Secret.
There.
See if they can follow up with some more, get their first round going.
Blind push this one. I thought for sure it was just going to be a relay bolt into the rundown from Eco, but gives 10-10 the opportunity, which he does seize. Player advantage now established for Team Secret. Best chance they've had closing out one of these rounds.
They're giving up a lot of map control, though. Just players on each side, essentially.
Cover going out.
Smoke towards screens. The Prowler to check close. Jesse Bash, position going to be known. Sees connecting, trying to catch him here with the spray shots, but not getting taken down. Sugar Zero here around the back, though. It's a jump onto Sylvan.
30 seconds
However,
left.
eliminated the paranoia. Now going to be sent. 27 seconds remaining on the clock. They're trying to pressure them out of this elbow position. Nowhere else to go. Have to fight their way forward from here in a 2v3, and both players tagged down. Just 109 HP between them. Landed back map, but Sugar Zero able to find Kelly. Yes. Seems like Secret's still a reading. There's going to be one up into heaven.
Remaining.
Still favored to try to take this,
There you
however.
go, there you go, there you go. Good.
Sugar Zero looking for it,
Good,
but
good,
cannot get it. Jesse Bash with the
Good, good,
3K
good,
will
good.
get
Okay, guys,
Secret on
bumalik
the
na yung
board
mic
at
ko.
long last.
And then we good na.
Yeah,
Ibig sabihin-
winning
okay
some of
na.
those important battles, getting those
Okay
first
na.
kills. You know, not over-committing to that stacked push they wanted
Okay
to
na.
set up. You know, probably
Is that good?
you're thinking
Okay
it
na.
might be you know, just a trap set up to
Okay.
kill
Hindi
Shota,
grounded
who's
kanina.
often going to be left on his own over at long A, but they get Absol, so they're like, let's backpedal a little bit. It gets a little scrappy in the mid round here. Sugar Zero able to slip the net. You know, that negative space that Team Secret gave up, something that was concerning me looking at the map. The entire middle of the map is wide open for Zeta to play around with, and that almost cost them. But Jesse able to stabilize and get a big 3K to get over the round, trying to punish that position that 10-10 had been pressuring a lot at the early part of the rounds there, Zeta, but nobody home this time around. It's that same 3-man split over towards A. TP out, though, early, since there was no contact. They want to get over to the B side. Everybody being a little bit cautious now. Both sides taking their time. Maybe a little bit of mid-pressure. I haven't seen a ton of that from Zeta. Could be something they think about going for here.
Nightfall, Eco able to find one. Jesse going to be taken down, but the trade is there. At the same time, though, Zeta showing their hand back across the opposite side of the map. Straight forward. Well, now it's down to Sylvan with this Guardian to try to hold the line and delay the flood, but he cannot. Steal on the flank does get caught, however. But with the pit blooming, this is going to make for a very difficult take. With that being said, 10-10 able to find one, but he just gets a little too committed. It's falling to the wayside. Now Kelly S with just 46 has to try to play forward into this pit.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Just there around the corner. The push about to come through. And Snappy, even though it's just a right click from the Classic. Good reaction from Shota. Gets the 3K. And Zeta, they give up one, but they're not looking to give up much more than that.
Yeah, I like the way that Zeta's starting to take advantage of some of the space that it goes all the way back to the pistol. A very similar idea where Eco's able to get into A heaven, control a lot of that space, and they're coming at you at another part of the map where you least expect it, right through the poison cloud in mid. Is where they spring into action and just barrel their way in towards B. So it's really good big picture stuff from Zeta compared to what we saw in Bind. Clearly a much better understanding here on Split of how they can work the map, keep Team Secret off balance.
It now being abandoned. Smoke blooming on the vent. Maybe we'll draw some attention back, but Team Secret decided just want to cluster up 3 players forward, facing towards Garage. Try to maybe just flush out Absol as the pop flash gets sent. He does have his exit strategy well established. Bottom to 1, swing forward, free swing back in from Sylvan. He'll be the first to fall. Damage dealt as well to the Viper, now taken down as XTL finds the lurk from Shota as well. Puts himself in a very good position, potentially to intercept if he gets this read, and it looks like he has. Swing the corner. Just decides to tuck back, as he's going to try to funnel this kill into XTL to get the Nightfall online, and they do it beautifully.
Yeah, great comms, great coordination, a little bit of patience being shown there. You know, this is one of those rounds where you can leave the Yoru on his own with a sniper rifle. He has the TP to get out. You get the info, that's when you can turn it up, cut off Team Secret right as they're trying to get back onto site to get their defenses in place. That is a huge favorable angle and timing for Zeta to take there. It's all because Absol able to play his life nicely. Try to...
XCL screaming down there, wanting that kill.
Man's got 16 already.
Yeah, he's having one hell of a performance. Right back up the top of the rope. Kelly S running out of time on the dimensional trip. Makes his exit. Wants to try to put some pressure here on these players, spotting one. XDL needing to not overcook here. They do not have this back pressure coming through, so he's just going to jump around the corner. But Jesse Batch is able to collect 2 kills for himself, but Eco sliding in brings it back to a 3v3. That being said, with the showstopper in hand, you still feel all right about Secret's prospects in this round. As they look for that 2-10 score line, but TP forward, Sugar Zero gets himself settled now here on A. Nestling the block off. Plant come through.
That showstopper so far away. 10-10's got to hustle.
Spike planted.
Absol doesn't have a great exit here, but might not need it as he doesn't.
Now you can't
Cleans
use
up
it.
the 2. Overdrive popped. 10-10 basically has to pray that they all just stack together. He's going to try to go for the exit. Spotted one, lobs it out behind himself. The kill not to connect onto Eco, but does manage to find one. Taps now the side forward, and Eco delivers the final shot. 11-1, Zeta Division looking alive and well on this attack on Split.
Yeah, last round and a half, so yeah, of course you can roll showstopper there. You have no choice at that point, but it just took so long to get there.
Yeah.
Great work from Absol. And those 2 kills. That secures the round, essentially. Don't give that showstopper any hope. This has been
Halftime.
quite a series in
It
terms
has.
of just unexpected results in a way.
Yeah, this clearly the defender side for Secret continues to plague them. It's another time where it's only one round win from the defending half. Something that needs to be shored up, especially because this is their map pick, and it feels like shades of RRQ's Lotus from 2023. When they came in and they felt like, okay, no, in practice we are so strong on this map, we're crushing people when it comes down to scrims, but then it never translated onto the stage.
I think that's probably has to be what's going on. And even I'm certain with the Rays change as well, they felt like they're getting more value out of that in terms of where 1010 is maybe a little more comfortable and how you're able to get things to go. We saw it up Bind, but yeah, this has been XDL's world. It's been unbelievable today for Zeta Division. Definitely on his way to an MVP. And I mean, obviously must-win pistol, but I don't know that it matters too much. You're 11-1 down. I think we've seen it, what, once? That a team's come back from that?
It's
twice?
a long, long road.
Contact first, okay?
Thank you.
It's not
Ang
very
saan
often.
nila?
3, 2, 1.
Thank you, kuya.
Ready? 10. Okay, close, 1. First.
Okay na. Kaya tayo natalo dahil
Down
dun,
for the
tingin
exact
ko. Natalo
force
tayo
out.
dahil
The
dun.
TP from Absol.
Nawalan ng sound. Okay na.
Active 50
May sound
through
na
the
tayo
smoke.
eh. Okay na.
Early damage found, and otherwise a very clean plant for Team Secret. Get themselves into a 5v5s. They want to fight forward through
Okay na.
alley. Triple push on this angle.
Di tangi. Okay na.
XDL, the one around the corner here.
Maria, okay na ba,
Draw the
Maria?
attention.
Guys.
Absol up over the top. He's able to
No,
find
okay na,
himself
Mike.
one, now two. Elias,
Pinayos
however,
pa dun.
fights back for 2 kills of his own. Suddenly, just Shota
Kailangan pa i-risk.
dropping down out of heaven, finding a little bit of damage, but just trying to set up for XDL to maybe get the clutch. Spots it out, isolates. The reload, however, comes through in 10-10. Manages to capitalize before he can get the redraw.
What if ito, pag nakambak
The second
to,
round,
papakalbo
3-1 in pistols overall. Team Secret find the round win that they absolutely needed.
Okay na, no?
Yeah. This is just a little disjointed from Zeta. It's taking XDL so long to clear out alley. The rest of the team opts to go for the retake.
Guys, promise, guys.
There's just
Kahit
more
sobrang
guns
lamig
available
dito,
for
pwede
Team
pa rin
Secret at that
pagpawisan.
point. If XDL gets there a little bit sooner, I think this is a very different retake in terms of its look, because you're able to clear out that player that's
Nung
underneath
panalo,
Raptors a little bit sooner.
natatalo, nandiyan
Yourself
kayo.
a
What
little
the
bit more
hell are
hope
you
there
guys,
that
bro?
the player above
You guys
Raptors
are going
isn't
crazy,
offered
guys.
that crossfire angle as he's trying to clear it out.
Here.
Hindi.
Offered up, I should say, and
Malakas sila sa map na
they
to,
can
yung
do.
Zeta. Sabi na.
tucked in positions. Back behind the flowers, so
Dapat
a little bit
ano
further
pa to,
back than
more ano pa dito.
expect here as Team Secret.
I mean, you sent out the pain shell, so now you don't have that to try to clear out other
Now they
various
know.
angles, but yeah, good prowler, the spot, and Eco, well, he almost made it across. Quite across the street, though. Caught up in Team Secret traffic. As flashes out, Sugar Zero in the final one. Jesse Bash taken down as
Okay.
just barrel stuffs with the Marshall.
Good
10-10
round,
will
good round,
be able
good
to get
round.
it
One
done. So
at
3
a
players
time, one at a
surviving.
time. Guys,
Overall,
Team
it's really
Secret,
clean once
nagawa
again here
na
for
to ng
Team
Team
Secret.
Imposibleng
They
hindi.
went 2 for
Hindi
2
nila
on converting
kakainin.
bonuses
Hindi
in
mo
the first
nagawa na
map,
nila to last.
and they do that again
Watch
here
party
in this
on
attacker's
site,
half
guys,
to
111
really jumpstart the potential
nakakahuli din
comeback.
yun.
Well, so far everybody's converted their bonus
That is true.
every time. So sure, why not?
Bakit naman ang single
I
mom
see it
natin?
as
Tumahimik ka.
likely based on how things have gone.
Yeah. And it could just be a pattern break.
Could be. It's relatively clean though for Team Secret.
10-10's got a judge.
Let's see if he just gives it the old bunny. Jumps right into mail.
Overall, not much damage taken there. I thought he had taken a lot more than that.
They were ready for it though. The protocols were there for Zeta. If that blast pack jump into mail had happened, the relay bolt would have caught 10-10 as he was
Parang
coming
mas
through.
lumakas pa
So
sila sa attack
some
niya,
awareness
ng
of that
TS.
being a possibility, but Team Secret never committed. Instead, a lot of space being given up in mid here by Zeta.
And there's the smoke
This
gonna happen,
is-
but there's no one to play off of this one.
Scary for Zeta.
And they need to cleanly get the catch here on a Berserk team. They have 3 players committed on this side of the map. There's a bit of pre-fire, and it seems like Sugar Zero is well aware of this for now, but they really want to spring the trap on this enemy Viper.
Or are they going to go the wrong way because they're given so much space? They feel like it's a trap.
Shota slotting forward, and the jump from KLES, a bit of a panic. It's Jesse Bash.
No.
He's trying to swap weapons and swing the corner. He was just there. You know he's holding it.
Toxin screen down.
Oh, Jesse.
30 seconds left.
Oh, no.
A barrel spotted. Nearly lines him up. Absol
Spike down
will
A.
find Sylvan. Berserk's fights back. Bite not going to rebound into the corner and on the drop down. Yep, there's 2 players ready and
Spike
waiting.
down,
Spike
mid.
now on the floor. 10-10.
10
Might not
seconds
be able
left.
to use this judge.
You're right. It's just one of those rounds where you overthink things as Secret. You try to do something cheeky because it is the bonus. So I get like trying to do something a little bit unorthodox. You're in the weaker gun situation.
I can forgive the jump more than I can forgive the swing from Jesse.
Yeah, it's a little ambitious from Jesse.
Oh, let me,
He's like,
sorry.
what did you say? What did you say?
I can't, let me interrupt my trash talk while I just say nice.
Nice.
I have to compliment my teammate
Yes.
first. Well, needing 9 in a row. Spam looking for some damage there. Shota able to fall back away, but XTL revealed by the Haunt. Cleanup kills coming through as Kelly, yes, able to find 2 limbs.
Has to be a force buy for Team Secret. They're going to get some value out of it for sure. Anticipate that at this point, this round should be pretty well done and dusted. It is going to be an attempt to come from
Spike
both
planted.
ends. Zeta above and down below, but are they just looking for exit frags? Are they actually going to commit to this? They've got the money, they can.
I think 14-12 to, guys. RM
There you go.
14-12.
Smoke to cover
14-12
heaven. They're just going to try to crunch onto the site. Look at all these players at elbow, though.
Relay bolt clears out the close corner. Fire, spam, Sugar Zero only able to find some damage.
Nice.
Jesse Bash very quickly will be able to find the punish onto Eco. Alive and fighting. As Shota wants to try to stop it from being a flawless, but cannot. Damage dealt, but no kills found. Team Secret not allowing for this map to come to a conclusion quite just yet.
Yeah, both Fyorus going to have their ults. Jesse one away from a Nightfall, so let's see if they can get some ults going, get some rounds, get some confidence going. Nice piece of work there from Jesse to set up Kelly. It's a spot onto both with the Haunt. This one a little bit awkward for Zeta. The protocols at clearing some of this util, not quite there. So I feel like Zeta at times reacts to Team Secret taking space in efficient manners.
Ba't ganun yung mic? Okay,
Kind
hindi
of
pa ba
fall
okay
back
yung
into
mic?
awkward positions.
Parang mahal mo na ako,
Speaking of
puta.
awkward.
Comment ka na, nilandi mo pa ako.
Bombato
Uy, ker judge, bro.
thinks about it, doesn't send it. Pop flash at the ready, turns in, and it is just a massacre. Eco quickly with 3. Gonna pull off a thrifty, and Sugar Zero steadies the spray. Jesse Bash taken down, weapon gonna be snatched up.
Spike planted.
And Sylvan is pulled off a clutch in this exact position in this exact
Last one,
map
guys.
before, but he's not gonna be able to do it this
bro.
time.
Next map, bro.
The
Abyss.
fuse will come in, and Zeta Division will extend this
Abyss
series. It's
map.
another 13-4 as they trade it back. Not allowing for either team to get a victory on their map picks, which means that we settle it all on Abyss.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely thought coming into this series that I was having a tough time deciding who I was going to predict because I felt like both teams were going to be pretty even. Yeah, turns out that's kind of true.
Yeah.
It just isn't even in the way that I thought.
No, that is very true. But what does this look like? Because I believe we have not seen
it from
Team
Zeta
Secret yet, but yes, we have seen it from Zeta Division, and it looked all right. They went 13-9 versus Global Esports 9-13.
Who's a good Abyss team? A really good Abyss team.
So yeah, they were able to put up a solid fight. That was Eco playing, Waylay, they have Yoru, after Sova Omen as their composition. I don't suspect that they're going to change anything.
No.
So this is an opportunity where Secret have had had tape on this. They've been able to come up with something themselves. I just don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what to expect. Are we going to see back to the Waylay for 10-10? I think that's kind of been the big sort of idea, the big picture idea for Secret is, you know, the change in agents for 10-10, getting him a little bit more comfortable. Is he just going to run the Jet? I mean, I could see that. He used to be a very good Jet. Something unorthodox. He's a good Neon player, so very curious. And what? Gonna run for like a Sentinel? I have a bunch of questions actually. What is Berserk's gonna play?
A lot of question marks surrounding that Abyss, and only time will tell. But for now, we'll pass it back over to the analyst desk to break down all of the action from Split.
Bunch of question marks from us as well over here on the AD, but that's 13-4 this time in favor of Zeta Division. The exact opposite of what happened in map number 1. Well, not exactly, because this was Zeta Division definitely putting up a much more convincing performance.
Yeah, they managed to flip the script. We said going into this, Team Secret's defensive halves have not been good. They had one round on this map heading into this series, and they got one more. Doubled the rounds, so improvement there from Team Secret, but ultimately it's too far gone. You can't have halves like that. Zeta just ran away with this second map of Team Secret's map pick, so now it's all got to get settled on the other side of Abyss.
Yeah, I mean, they ran over them on the attacking side. It was a beautiful attacking side to watch from Zeta. They were so dynamic. They were all over the map. They were popping here, there, and everywhere with the Neon Yoru. The amount of mobility that you saw from them was something that Team Secret could never catch up to. You kind of touched on the fact that you were worried about their defense going into this map. Again, it really looked like they were behind the 8 ball. I'm hoping that we get to cover a round or two to kind of you know, showcase what Zeta did so well. But XTL's on a heater today, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, who had him on their build diff? I don't think anybody did
I picked
today.
him before because the thing is, he was kind of one of their decent, like, better players in the off-season. Like, he had some pretty good games in the off-season. Even last year on Zeta, he had a couple of decent games as well. So I was kind of thinking, like, he might be a pick for Enid. I picked him. He had a terrible series. I was burnt once. I said I'm never picking him again. Now he's destroyed today.
And he comes back. He comes back. He's like, okay, that Aussie guy on the desk isn't picking me. It's time to show him what he's missing out on. But it was a fantastic performance from XDL. I could feel Kalias was really trying here on the side of Team Secret. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. And that's the big question I have for Team Secret, because there is, you know, we saw Team Secret earlier wherein everything was going good and they're fine. But when you need to problem solve, how do they do that as the map is going on? Because communication is such a big problem, which we keep pointing out here.
I mean, I think for me, the problem with Team Secret is their macro on this defender side is just simply not good. They're never able to get their economy into a place where they can get an operator. They're never able to kind of lock down these lines to have informed rotates. They're just getting pushed and pulled all across the map, and they're never able to stabilize. And that's becoming a real problem now. Like, even if they do win this series and they progress down this bracket, I think every team is going to pick Split into them.
Yeah, I don't think their split looks great. I think Sylvan had a really rough day at the office as well. I kind of highlighted the fact that he was one of, actually going into Secret's first game, I was thinking, there's two people I can rely on in this roster. It's probably Sylvan and Kelly S. Throughout so far in Pacific, though, Sylvan has kind of gone missing. He's been one of their weaker fraggers. In fact, Jesse Bash, I think, was the only player statistically behind him. That's definitely not the case now. I think Jesse Bash has had a pretty good series so far. So I think Sylvan, surprisingly, has not really been performing. And I think given the fact that he's playing his comfort agent in Omen, he's played Pacific before, he's got a lot of experience playing on some high-tier rosters and coming off the back of T1, you'd be expecting him to be the best bloody player on this team.
No, absolutely. We are wondering where is that Sylvan that won Masters Bangkok from yesteryear, right? But where is he? But of course, that's not to discredit Zeta at all. You had amazing performances. We keep on talking about XDL here, who stepped up majorly in this match.
Yeah, I mean, even in map 1, where they didn't ultimately get that win and they lost quite handedly, XDL was the guy who was stepping up the most. He's making these big multi-kills happen. I mean, in the first map especially, he's doing it all from Sky Duty, which sucks on Vine, by the way, if you've ever had to play that. And then moving into map 2, he's much better, incredibly sharp. And in this first half, he's the one who really gets that ball rolling. He's having impact frags in these crucial rounds, trading out his duelists and making big things happen.
Look where he is, though. Like, he's second in. Absol's sitting in the smoke. You know, this guy is literally finally getting in there. This is what I want from my Enid player. He was a great round from Zeta. Early on, you can see them conditioning this B main pressure. A lot of teams on the attacking side will go into B main anti-eco, or they'll go into a certain part of the map to make the other team worried that you're potentially going to hit there later. And you see them actually play off the back of this. You see very successfully able to just creep through B main. You see that initial prowler, but then on this particular round, you had Absol throw a gate crash towards the A side of the map early on. You get this big group up towards this B side of the map, and you're going to be able to see Zeta early on here throw a pretty massive fake. So you're going to get that same kind of prowler through B main and all of the pressure. You see all of this big rotation over towards that A side of the map. Zuta hides from that fade eye, and you see them creep up together. TP comes in from Absol. He's got this dimensional drift out, and then you're going to have Sugar Zero throw a massive paranoia all the way through spawn side, and the rest of the boys are going to dive out on spawn side here.
Yeah. And then you see how they work B main again. Team Secret are never able to find that stability all the way across the map because Zeta are just running the show. They're creating these question marks. They've created this conditioning, and Team Secret just don't have an answer. They're forced back on the map so continually.
Yeah, so you see, Absol's running all the way through A. The TP actually back from Kelly S, and Team Secret, you could see earlier they were leaning 3 towards B after that initial B pressure. You had B get pressured on the anti-eco, and they're a little bit over-rotated. Now they're going to work that ramp control, and Zeta just flips them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing was, statistically, we saw Zeta Division plant every single round of that first half, which means Team Secret are never fighting ahead. They're giving up the site so much for retake, and I think they need to go back to the drawing board with this map. Not to take anything away from Zeta Division though, because I think that they understood the gaps perfectly and abused them very, very well.
No, and it's Team Secret also trying to work through this. You mentioned the conditioning that Zeta Division has, leading them from B over to A and vice versa.
Yeah.
But when you need to actually pivot and adapt and make those mid-round calls, Team Secret are still figuring out how to work that synergy through, because this is such a new roster and they have so many levels to get through. They have just so many more obstacles within this triple elimination format to kind of break through. And now it all comes to this on Abyss, map number 3 for our first elimination match. We find out who continues in the lower bracket here and who is our first team out of Kickoff.
Yeah, big questions heading into this map 3. Zeta Division, they look like they had potential on this map against Global Esports. Strong arguments that they should have even won that map. On the side of Team Secret, we've not seen them play this yet. Will it be that double duelist? Is it the Waylay? Is it the Raze? I need to see them come alive again, because now it's best of one. Your Kickoff life is on the line here. No more mistakes from both of these teams.
Yeah, I think actually the casters asked a pretty important question, which is what agent is 1010 going to play, because he's been better on the Raze, but this is not a Raze map. You can't play Raze. Maybe you can play something like a Neon. There's potential for that. I think maybe even Zeta might be running that potentially, or maybe it's Eco actually on the Waylay, but they play a very similar style to what they were just doing on that previous map. So on the attacking side here, you're going to be seeing aggression from Zeta Division. You saw it against GE. They definitely could have picked up that map, and they're going to be feeling very confident they can close this series out here on Abyss. So there you go. Waylay, Yoru for Zeta Division. They're not changing up too much. They should be feeling pretty good on the attacking side.
Okay, different look from Team Secret. Kelly has stayed on that Yoru, but 1010 choosing to go to the Jet, something that Paper did highlight before. This is an agent he's been good on in the past. Now, Sylvan on that Astra. He's had a slow series, but starting in this first half, I have to see him go big. I need to see that B-side on lock if Team Secret want to progress.
One of the only teams I've seen in quite a while not play double controller. They're playing the Vice. Haven't seen it in a little while.
100th map for Jesse Vash, absolutely. I mean, as one of the OGs that we have here in the VCT scene, I'm not surprised at all that he's hit this milestone. But of course, is this 100th map a victory for Team Secret? Or is it going to be the one where they unfortunately have to say goodbye and bow out of VCT Pacific Kickoff? We're going to find out exactly what that outcome will be. Will this be Zeta Division doing that comeback that they're well known for? That is so iconic to this team's entire identity. Or will it be Team Secret with one of those amazing, amazing upsets? We'll find out. Map number 3 here. Over to Paperthin and Achilles.
Down to the wire. Both teams fighting tooth and nail to try to get themselves alive. Both will have a very tough opponent in TRX on the horizon, but for now they have to worry about squaring off against one another. Our first look at Team Secret on Abyss. actually the last here at Kickoff, unless they can get the win. Zeta
Okay, this is it.
looking strong in that last outing versus Global Esports, but can they replicate and improve upon it is my question.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Vice choice here is something I'm really going to be keying in on this defender side for Team Secret, in particular because with the Waylay there, you know, you do have some ability to bypass the thorns and things like that, so the flashes where they're going to be set up could be very, very important. You can already see there's a flash way in the back of side today. I like that. You know, it's set up to be anti-Waylay.
I mean, Eco is maybe just left XDL to his own devices. Man's got a classic and he's boxed into the moment, but they go right in the rope. Tenden's going to be struck down. Sugar Zero with that Sheriff in hand, able to find a second kill as Jesse Vash gets taken down just like that. Suddenly only Kelly S alone here on the site with 45 health to speak of. Jump across the gap, the spot, but the headshot is there. Eco takes him down, and Zeta barring a 1v4 clutch from Berserks. Very well slated to find themselves a second pistol round win.
Random sa inyo.
Spike planted.
If there's anyone on Secret who can do it, saw the elbow. Oh, can't really get any damage on the cross.
Just tiny little licks of it, spot up into another player. Is wary about the flank around the back. Is reading the situation well, but it's just completely overwhelmed. Eco himself a 3K here in the pistol to go ahead and jumpstart this abyss for Zeta.
Yeah, so the Vice Util doesn't come into play that round. It's just a matter of kind of luring Team Secret into a trap here. They made it look like they were full retreating. You know, when your Waylay uses the dash to get back, you're thinking, oh, okay, we've got them on the ropes. They're not in a good position. Let's press the advantage, and that's exactly what Zeta wanted. That is great stuff from Eco. 3 kills to start, getting really close to that convergent pass. Might have it ready for the bonus even.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that I'm going to have my eyes on coming into this because had one of the weaker performances. You know, in that outing versus Global Esports wasn't really following up alongside the rest of the team. Quick little flawless here. Fast reset, get into the anti-bonus for Team Secret.
Yeah, I think that's a good point you made because it was the backlines of Zeta that were getting the work done in their rounds. It was
Sugar Zero XCL.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you want to see those double duelists get involved here. You know, make this Vice pick look a little silly on this attacker side. You know, be able to bypass that utility, cause problems on site, keep Sylvan and Berserks uncomfortable. And you could be in for a very strong attacker side. Of course, you're going to be coming in with good weaponry. XDL clear the dart. Doesn't tell you much here as 10-10 has a dash pop, though.
Quickly uses it. This exit, here's that Marshall shot ring out. Waylay up and over, not quite onto the top of the site in 10-10. Able to find the shutdown, looks for a little bit more, but Sugar Zero able to hold his own. Kill found, Jesse Bash at tower, sending out the drone, trying to get a spot. Gets it, wants to play off of that with the reveal, and will be able to do so as Kelly S finds the kill. And follows the spray to find XDL as well. A 4v2. Spike now stranded on the site. Absol watching around the back. So Shota just now arrives. Smoke's popping.
He's got to plant back site.
Just set the one up on tower. Here's the TP there from Kelly S. Swing in. Damage going to be found, but just a Guardian. This is going to prove to be difficult, especially as that full blind connects, but they're not scaling fast enough to actually find the punish quite just yet. Swing now coming through. Sylvan leading the charge. Kelly S. It's a big round for him. They will only suffer one loss, so very clean anti-bonus for Team Secret.
Yeah, and as Zeta, you're never really able to establish control of the rope over there, so that just allows Kelly S to kind of end the round single-handedly from above. Spraying through the smoke. Nice play from 10-10 to at least get one. Sugar Zero continues on his merry way. Good spot there for Kelly S as well by Jesse. Just ready for the plant position on the follow-up. Don't get baited by the fake teleport from Absol, and all's well that ends well for Team Secret. Nice to see a bonus not converted. I know we didn't have one on the, you know, second half of split, but 3 bonuses converted in a row is a lot.
That it is. Kelly S top mid. Been quiet here for now. Jesse Bash breaking the door, leading into the drone, gets a spot onto one.
Yeah, they were trying to maneuver to maybe punish that, but it does give them the info at the very least as well that you maybe want to lean a little bit towards B.
I mean, look at the site that they're about to push into.
Yeah, look at all that util.
2-star set up. Thorns do get cleared by the shock dart.
Vice wall is there too.
We'll have the arc rose set up as well as Eco just dashing forward, has the join in, and XDL will find the first kill. Eco gets a second as Kellyes and Sylvan both can take it down. Absol, one casualty for Zeta thus far, but Eco does get tagged to 13. Certainly low on HP, but Sugar Zero is finding a time that they do not expect at all. Just TPing up into heaven. The backstab there on the Jesse Vash. Now, dead on the swing out. Had considered it, but attention gets drawn as the spike tap comes through.
Spike planted.
Sugar Zero does well to find the headshot. Now just 10-10 to try to hold on to the Phantom.
This is masterful stuff from Sugar Zero. It's the paranoia that deafens Berserk so he can make the TP up. They have no idea because of that. He executes that so well. And I feel a little bit bad for Team Secret because it's just, you got outplayed. Sugar Zero is so good on this map, something that we were talking about a little bit earlier. But that stuff like that, where he understands how the util works and how he can take advantage of it, to just completely bamboozle his opponents. Like for a moment, if you're looking at the map, you're thinking, Zeta might be, you know, a little bit off balance here. You know, Berserk's still on site there behind the boxes, maybe, but nope. It's all according to plan. He knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Also got to take just a solid amount of notes about how, you know, Berserk wants to try to set up the defenses on this B site. The very end there, noting that Arc Rose position, so try to just blind clear that out.
Yeah, you can see they got the spot on the drone there on the Berserks too at the beginning of the rounds. That's so well thought out for Zeta. And using the double duelist to get past all that Vice util.
This is going to be a heavy fight out towards A main from Team Secret. No one really at home to receive this though. Recon forward, plenty of footsteps going to be heard, and XTL actually puts himself out there to try to fight them off.
He's been good in these positions today though. When called upon to hold down an angle by himself, he's been successful. So it's a nice little extra wrinkle to have as Zeta, a player who isn't your Sentinel or your Yoru, to be able to hold an angle, because that really makes it hard to read.
Dink through the box, 10-10. 73 health. So far, not giving over too much information here to Team Secret. It's 10-10. Nice walk out.
Trade
Smell to find the first, but he's going to be immediately traded. Maybe thought he was going to be able to get a catch on a lurker. Either way, he'll get swapped back. Lose out on Absol for the attack, but still do have Eco alive. Full kit, ready to dive forward onto the B site that is currently only occupied by the Vice util.
Yeah, this could work out really well for Zeta. Even though you're going into the Vice util, it doesn't seem like it's going to be super easy for them to make plays off the back of it. Smokes come through.
One's cleared on the one side. Eco will land in the other pile, but just shrugs off the damage. Meanwhile, Sugar Zero scaling forward in mid. Ping comes down though, so Team Secret seemingly aware of this position. Had he continued to swing, he would have been dead, but now Sugar Zero holds down M1, just pre-firing the angle.
Nice.
Finds his 2 kills, keeps his team in with an advantage as XTL. They plopped forward here on the site. Everybody else gets disconnected. Not seeing the cross of Berserks. Go getting the spot now. Reeling that over, but XTL already dead. Now suddenly, this starts going back into the hands of Team Secret. They need to fight forward. The flash not connecting. Both players able to turn from that one. Kellyes, however. Snappy finds the one. Ring around the Rosie here on the pillar. Shota now starting to get a read for it, but Kellyes is a bit too snappy with the kills.
Nice.
Plenty of time for the defuse. Team Secret, they're going to keep this one very tight-knit.
Yeah, for a moment there, looked like Sugar Zero had been the difference maker again. Just found a timing that they weren't expecting. Obviously, the sound cues help just have him hold down the trigger. And Red Bull Clutch. Going over to Kellyes. Good early protocols, but the post plan, having 2 behind that pillar, a little bit not the way you want it to go through, losing XDL on site to Berserks.
The main problem is just good jiggling from Eco, just a hair off, misses that timing on the cross, so Sylvan able to just slot forward across there. finds the pick in the end.
Shadows traveling.
They're using the drone early this time.
Judge in hand for Jesse Bash. And yep,
Whoa!
it is a meat grinder. Trying to pile through the tiny door. Jesse very quickly dispatches them all.
Good job.
Fishing for shots, Eco eventually found. XDL now pinned in by the Vice Wall, needs to find his way out. He's only going to be good for the one kill, so 4 players surviving. Team Secret, they tie it up.
Okay. Some of the positioning of the pieces for Team Secret starting to go their way. Judge here, doesn't give a damn. Just shoot whatever coming around that corner. If it's a clone and he hits it, so what? Just keep firing.
Yep. That is indeed a contact play against the worst weapon they possibly could have contacted.
It's a good read there by the old man. Now you're down to weak buy. Oh, he's trying to push corner.
That he is. Able to dodge out, avoiding the saturate. Nico doesn't want to overstay. See that second layer with the crunch attempt coming through for Tower.
So low, but Sugar Zero is out.
Just rotating out in towards backside. Just Bash as well. Going to be tagged down. Health-wise, Zeta better in that department, but Jesse Vash finding the kill onto Absol. The drop down. Shota. Don't pay attention long enough for XTL to swing the corner, find the elimination there. Pre-fire. Setting up on the angle, Kelly S. Shota, and now Team Secret just continue to get their forces in position. The spike not yet planted. XTL finds another belter of a shot. He's looking for a fourth, won't be able to make it happen, but Eco up and over the top of the recovered Vandal finds the kill, but he's not going to be ready for Berserks. Arriving at backside, close but no cigar on the Thrifty. Team Secret, they will gain the lead for the first time here on Abyss.
I kind of wish Zeta just planted the spike there, but they opted to go for the fight instead. Again, some of this unorthodox decision-making at times to try to catch Team Secret off guard. It works, and it doesn't.
What the hell is that?
Here, I think if you just go for the plant, maybe.
What the hell is that?
Give yourself a little bit better chance despite all that. XDL is, man, he's sharp today.
It really is, but needs to be sharing some of that with the players down at the bottom of the standings. At the moment, you've got Absol as well as Shota killless. Needing to see the impact of these guys. As Hunter's Fury opened up, Kelly S going to be tagged, spotted, taken down, and Absol, well, there you go. Gets himself online. Well, the peek in, Jesse Vash. Taken down through that mid-connector. Suddenly, eyes from Team Secret start drifting over towards mid and A. Well, Zeta, get ready to exec onto the B site once again.
You might already be considering save here.
I mean, you have the operator, so it does become a bit more enticing. If you could find this kill on the cross, take Shota out of the mix, but no. Drifts around, spots it. Shota, yep, he's seen plenty. It's like, no, nope, I'm good.
I'm gonna wait here. You guys got this.
So we'll just be 10-10, lurking to try to see if he can get this pick, make it a little bit more costly, but otherwise, looking like a flawless round for Zeta to tie it up at 4-4.
Yeah, kind of a set piece here for Team Secret. Using that Hunter's Fury to try to set up the push from Kelly S. Just thwarted by Zeta very nicely. And then Sugar Zero knows exactly where that Hunter's Fury came from and is ready for the angle. You know, Jesse's trying to double down there to see if he can catch Zeta slipping in mid, but they are the ones that will be catching him. There you go. Back tied, 4-4.
Okay, 4-4.
As Zeta, you get to hang on to your Hunter's Fury here. So you still have that very important post-plant ultimate. Or who knows, if you want to set up for a pick, if you want to try to find a way to remove the operator from 10-10's hands. Something else that could be considered. You're going to kind of have to do a little bit of on your own. Maybe you could get the saturate combo. Have seen that.
Now we wait.
There's a lot of ults here as well for Team Secret to play retake.
Coach is there.
So you would think they should be trying to play relatively safe.
They recon flash A. One way. Second drone mid later.
You can see the protocols.
Tell me if they use drone.
Online though for Absol now with the orb take. Looks like though Zeta, that's widely what they were after. Trying to create some fake pressure here, sending out the clone. keep interest drummed up on that side of the map, but now they're getting ready to rotate back across towards B, where you do have 10-10 set up deep angle with this operator just staring in towards B main.
He's got a lot of util to back him up. It's the flash deep in the back of A.
Well, the dimensional drift comes out. Now they know operator presence, and I mean, Absol got clipped by that one, so still about as good as you could have done outside of getting the kill itself. Hunter's Fury, not going to find anybody home, but the spot out, the spray down, Eco. Good to find the enemy jet.
Spike planted.
Now a 5v4 post plant set up for Zeta Division to look to try to hold the line. Suspicious about this flank. Sugar Zero is getting ready to execute on. This dimensional drift going to be coming through, and Absol trying to find a timing, swings out, but not going to be able to get the catch there on a Berserks. Player spotted, Cosmic Divide going to be called in. Now the Steel Garden as well, looking to take their weapons away. Shorty in hand is, oh my god, it is chaos on site. And as the dust settles, single player advantage. Now Sugar Zero on that flank. Finding the first, spotting the second, Jesse Bash.
1v2.
Pinned in, the time is just not going to be there. He wants the kill and he will find it.
Concentrate.
Nothing more to be done, no survivors here on this round. But Zeta will come out on top.
What is going on? I like the initial idea here from Zeta to try to hunt down that operator. It works out in the end because 10-10 gets a little trigger happy there. Reveals his presence, and Eco knows he's got to reload. I don't know what that was. He just put bullets into his shoulder. And then he went for the knife.
An interesting one. But it's still got the round to win.
Look, it wasn't the Pearl we saw in the NBA. That's all I'm going to say.
That is true. Few things are. Well, up and over. Eco just going to be sniped out of the sky. Sylvan able to find that. Crossfire setup, and Kelly S as well. Sticking around in main. Finds the shot on the Sugar Zero, and Team Secret, just like that, are very well slated to tie it up once again.
Yeah, this time both teams bringing their weight to bear at that A main position, but it's going to be Team Secret with the massive advantage. So I think there's enough money for another buy here for Zeta in the next round. Went for the Outlaw this round at Absol. Everybody now, except for Jesse Vash. Ooh.
The spot. Not sure how much 10-10 had seen there. I lose setup though, and if they don't start the turn, okay. Now we'll rotate back around. Gun barrel doesn't get spotted, but Shota collects them both, and he's just absolutely broken open this side of the map. Still a 3v3, but there's Cosmic Divide available in a post plant. And Absol holding close with that Outlaw, goes to the peak, but Jesse Bash will sit him down. Oof. Spot out, Shota scaling forward, finding himself a third, but 10-10 will swoop in, finding the final player. So 2 survivors.
Good job.
The Fuse ties it up at 5-5.
Good job, team.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want. A really even battle between these two teams. A few little mistakes here and there.
Pero tol, ako nagsasabi
Team
sa'yo.
Secret
Either pa nanalo, nude ka lang lagi sa TS, lalo na sa akin. Lagi ako namimigay ng capsule.
Please? Sylvan had his hand up, so I thought his camera was frozen and that something had occurred.
I always give away capsule, bro. I always give away skin.
No tech pause, please.
That's the moment. Love is the moment.
That's what I was worried about.
Well, there's an Outlaw in the round, so.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Regardless.
Maybe they just calling for something. He's like, me defuse. But the notification that they get, that Team Secret gets, that there's at least a player in mid, they don't really address it. They don't respect it, and that's what kind of almost cost them that round. Blades popped right away for 10-10. A judge here for Jesse Vash. So funds had to be shuffled around a little bit for Team Secret. Same with Zeta, only a stinger for Eco. Shota does have his ult. Oh my god.
I mean, this could end up being brilliant.
Sayang yun.
With how patiently he's playing this one, but they're around the corner. Someone now striking, but Absol there at top mid, turns back, is able to find Kelly S. That patience not really going to be paying off as much as they would like, but Sylvan still doing well. Shut down Absol and keep it into a 3v3.
Get Sugar Zero.
Yeah, he's just out there.
The other two players are like, we know 10-10 popped the Blade Storm earlier.
0-0 about to make this contact over into the spawn. Finds the one, tries to get the smoke set up, but Berserk swings the corner.
2v2 situation, boys.
Well, you have to try to assess where is 10-10. Seems like they've got a decent idea. We'll get ready to try to go for the plant, but Berserk just swooping forward and dies right before the wall would have saved him.
30 seconds left.
Labored attempt at taking down XDL.
Spike planted.
Swing
One
out.
enemy remaining.
Fantastic timing found by 10-10.
Latchable by 10-10.
Into the 1v1. XDL here, top of the side, and he just cannot get it done. A quick swing, and 10-10 finds the headshot to put Team Secret back into the lead. Could very well be looking at a 6-6 half, but Zeta's money is not in a great spot.
Yeah, they're gonna have to buy down a little bit.
Okay,
Get a couple rifles into this.
We're still alive, guys. We are still alive.
Madness here. Nice little play with the saturate onto Jesse. This looked great for Zeta to start. They're able to deal with that cheeky position that Kelly S tries to take. Sylvan wins a big battle there in mid. Of course, you have the blades here for 10-10. Talked about it's pretty comfortable on Jet. Shows you why right there.
Let's go. Nice guys.
Let's go, boys. Let's go,
That was
boys.
a good one. It's Jesse Vash with another Hunter's Fury. Sylvan has another Cosmic Divide.
Stingers.
Yeah.
Have the convergent paths available. Sylvan just going to be popping the smoke there on top site. Still settled here, still unscouted. The bound forward into the smoke. Absol able to run one down, but Kelly yes now on high there at Heaven. Peeks out, finds two. Absol swinging around the back, but Sylvan still situated on top site. Eventually he's going to get flushed out as Shota finds two very necessary kills. However, the Hunter's Fury still is available.
Oh my God.
Collided the dart onto the clone and Shota. Hunter's Fury starting off, not even waiting for the tap here. Shota dodging around it. Absol will get clipped.
Low. You are so
That's valuable information. Now they know for sure where Absol is.
Spike planted.
10-10 here around the back. Knock darts lobbed in. Not going to be finding that contact.
They're no.
Backside still just with that stinger, unable to recover a different weapon. So at range is very much not going to be favored. So needs to try to just shorten the gaps here.
Here.
It's closer, but 10-10 spotting it, calling it. Tries to play his IGL in, and he will.
Nice.
Absol's attention trained over towards main, and the spray down is there. Shota will fall.
Good.
Team Secret establish a lead 3 rounds consecutively to go ahead and close out the half 7-5.
Yeah, just some really scrappy rounds.
Wait.
He's got it.
Barely.
Binitawan pa, hindi pa na-half kanina.
But it was
muntik pa ako dun ah.
Closer than it needed to be. That was the last round of the half,
Yes,
boys.
they were taking their time getting there, and I was talking over it for a second.
Gagi,
Paused,
pinaka pa tayo.
heard how fast it was ticking, and I was like, this would be one of the ways to end a half.
It would be.
Of all time.
It would be. Yeah, Absol there. Popped that flash a little early. Just trying to take advantage of the smoke dissipating.
This is it, boys.
Secret was just playing it
1
slow,
minute,
playing
guys,
it
1
safe.
minute.
That's been a lot of what they've been doing.
Sana makapasok tayo.
Fine, not so much. They were a little more aggressive there, but
yes, kung di man mag-qualify, good
here
performance
they
lang.
are.
Yun sana mga mindset, AJ Lee.
A little more cautious on that
AJ
defender
Lee ang
side.
asawa ni CM Punk.
Fans for both teams out there today. Sugar Zero, yeah, had a pretty good half. Man's a nightmare on that Omen. He makes some great plays, has some great reads, some great timings. So he's the one that, as the IGL as well, is trying to find some open space, find some good ideas. Yeah, a lot of fans. 10-10 fans out there. Some cute drawings.
Many Prenten
Got it
fans,
all
many
here.
Silvan fans.
Got it all.
I'm a
Going
TS
up
fan,
to
okay?
go ahead and show their support. I really did think we were going to have a tech pause.
I did too.
A couple rounds ago, but we don't have a candy bar sponsor for tech pauses, so we just choose not to have them.
This map, guys.
That's
Come on,
like
please.
5 head of
Get
us.
this map, guys. Come on.
imagine having a candy bar sponsor for your tech pause. Yeah.
RM, okay lang yun.
Who would do such a thing?
Imagine having tech pauses. Well, into the pistol. Zeta were able to find the opener, and it's going to be a 1-for-1, but now
no.
2-for-1 is Eco. He's just dashing into the back. Still has a refract to get himself out of there, but nearly was able to find an immense amount of value, but Jesse Vash does avoid taking critical damage. As Berserk's going to be overwhelmed there at stairs. Jesse caught trying to go for the reload, and Eco finds himself another 3K in the pistol. Shota will get the finisher, so just like that, Zeta Division 3-3 in pistols on the series. They do manage to be one step away from tying it up.
Yeah, just a aggressive play up mid for Zeta. Catches Team Secret a little bit off guard. See the stun here, and that's why he goes in. The Nova Pulse lands, and Ego wants to go for that quick kill, but can't quite get it. Still, they've got Team Secret in a horrible position at that point. They're able to just keep the swarm going.
Just boxing him in.
Yeah.
Marshall now in hand, defender side. Absol, still been a pretty quiet game from him. Let's see if he's going to be able to find his footing in the second half. Sylvan, though.
There they go.
Tag down, and yep, okay.
Last player standing. Spike carrier kills.
Do we say the thing? I mean, he did the damage, so yeah.
Yeah, he got one.
So, flawless fashion for Zeta to tie it up 7-7.
Strat yun guys, kung alam niya ng
professional.
May plano ka ba, coach, maglaro sa TS? Actually,
It
tulban
wasn't
na ako sa
unsportsman.
pros
I don't care.
kasi
I don't
masyado
care.
daw ang overqualified
It was
daw ako. Para daw nakakit yung tutok ko, boy.
Well, going into the bonus now. Realistically, aside from the one weapon ringing out, Secret don't necessarily know what Zeta has in their hands.
Looks like we're gonna have another battle for A main here, right off the rip.
Flashing out, getting the ping reveal, but Eco charging down mid, able to find one, but this time oversteps. The trade back is there.
They back off. That was all part of a crunch again.
No,
a little bit of a different look to it than what the pistol was, but this time, Secret able to come out of it with just losing one and trading. So now Zeta
I got the spike.
going to gamble. They're going to roll the dice. Shift everybody over to B. With all that contact, with all that presence, they're hoping that Team Secret buys that A is the strong side. Can even throw a smoke over there from Sugar Zero to try to really sell this, set up that one way, but Team Secret has seen a little bit too much of this today, I think, and going to be able to get the read pretty quickly as they commit that, yep,
okay, pasok sila,
free
walang
plant.
E.
And they can't even really be
inside,
fast
bro.
on the flank here because they still have the vice wall set up. So
They just need
this is
to
going to be that
reposition.
early alert for Berserk to just
find
go
a
ahead and
good
turn
angle,
around.
kill the
And this
enemies,
might force them to
then
reroute as soon as they find it.
man ba TS, Leo?
The good
Tol,
news
ako-
here is
ako
Zeta
ang
is that
secret
the
weapon,
Vice
kaso
util otherwise is set up for
disqualified pa
backside,
ako
so
ginamit kasi overqualified ako, bro. Okay, alam na nila,
Get a
alam na
few
nila,
kills
alam
here.
na nila. Good
might
wall.
be pretty doable.
Alam na nila.
It's just taking so long, though.
Just need to be
The
aware.
time is not really on their side. They're calling for the evacuation here. Seems like a setup from behind. The two players with the Bulldogs just trying to maybe find some exits, but
Nice one, Kelly.
it'll just be another two charges.
Kelly.
Siphoned over to Kelly
Sobrang
S towards
pogi
his
mo, Kelly
dimensional
S.
drift. Two players surviving. Zeta unable to find the bonus conversion. Team Secret once again back into a one-round lead.
Let's see if this kind of
5 rounds,
pace,
5
this
rounds.
tempo that Zeta's trying to create on this defender side keeps up going into this next round.
Spike down. Attackers.
But I think you're going to have to, if you're going to keep going for those things, set up a different timing for it instead of just right when the barriers drop. Because Team Secret's going to be, I would assume, a little too ready for it. And now you do get a little bit of info on what's going on the backside, like where that wall is likely to be placed for the post plant, how you can try to maneuver around that potentially and try to work with that a little bit. As far as Zeta's side of the coin goes, for Secret, yeah, you have to be overly cautious at the beginning of these rounds. Gonna get the orb though, get Kelly S closer to the drift. But it's obviously in the back of your mind, hey. Zeta's
Don't lose the
looking for
discipline.
aggression. Let's make sure we don't give them anything for free. Now I'm curious what the response is from Zeta. Do they just hold the 2-2-1? Or are they going to eventually try to go for something themselves. Looks like XTL wants to get a little bit aggressive.
It does.
Sees the Yoru, though.
But seemingly not telling enough. Zeta still working on the other side of the map, so this is going to leave XTL on an island. The drone now coming through. The smoke going to be cycled forward, but needs a hell of a lot more than that. Quick TP over. Absol has joined in. It's given a quick pause here to Team Secret, but the clock is starting to get run down. 30 seconds remaining now.
30
seconds. To work their way forward. Zek now coming through, free to get the plant.
Yeah, you just got to play retake now. You had Sugar Zero leaning in this direction for a moment, but the pause got his attention going the other way.
Oh. We'll talk about it. Sugar Zero able to find a kill on the 10-10. Diving forward, Kelly-esque. Quick exit back over towards main. Swing in the corner, Sugar Zero snappy with the shot. Jesse Bash going to be taking down the flash, connecting. Berserk's only going to be good for one. XCL now arriving as Berserk still lingering here within the smoke, needing to do so very much. He gets picked apart. Time starting to work against them, but Sylvan offsets the aim. The defuse to come through, hand it over to Eco to get Convergent Paths online. We are once again neck and neck.
Yeah, this is a round where I really like the protocols from Zeta. You know, XDL in particular. Throws the drone out, doesn't overcommit to anything, just goes to check with his body. But again, he's been really safe in his individual movement throughout today. And he's the one who gets out of there quick, waits to see that drone, then he's like, okay, this is probably an A hit. Sugar Zero's like going over there. But the timing, the pause from Secret is good. Again, it buys them that space to get the plant, just a better retake.
Grab Soul.
The Recon. I'm picking. Can we try to go now, guys? I'm picking 3, 2, 1. Let's go now.
Well, able to avoid the operator there. Just getting the recon ping onto the clone. Does it tell them all they need to know? Convergent Paths trying to intercept and cut off the approach here. Shota dancing up around the top, able to find one. Dropping down, trying to play elusive 10-10, frantically on the hunt. The swing out though, and Shota able to find himself a third! Majority! Not enough in that range, and Shota suddenly on for an ace! Jesse Bash will be able to find him. Taking those dreams of an ace away. Now puts himself in a 1v2. I mean, he's got a Hunter's Fury, but just given that he has to still get the plant down, I think he's going to be able to try to pay for that, but Absol pays for his absent-mindedness, but XTL will save the round. Closing out where Shota had begun. Zeta, 2 in a row, back into the lead.
Oh, this is kind of what you've been looking for.
The Shota that was promised.
Exactly.
Last year.
I mean, he's shown it in Tier 2. He has put up some of the most berserk plays you will ever see. And this is classic Shota from his Murash days, from his Tier 2 days, when he is just a madman. I mean, he's so fast.
Still though, maybe a sigh of relief, but not much more than that. Zeta, because that was still a hell of a lot closer than it feels like it should have been. Saturate going to be sent out. 10-10 just sniped out of the sky as Eco, well, just quick little dash, gets himself out to safety. Shota revealed at back sight, so Secret well of the player presence, and Shock Dart does land at Shota's feet. Bit of damage found there. Players from Secret basically needing to play forward. Given the buys, but also given that, you know, there's this Cosmic Divide. Could come through, but so far, haven't gotten the spot out on that Bucky position, I do not believe. They're going across, Jesse Bash going to be dodging that. The Bucky able to find one, Jesse with another, but now he's completely locked off. And they are just rushing him down. The defuse is already in. Zeta Division, the first team to now hit double digits.
Again, not overstaying their welcome during the executes are Zeta. They're letting some of this pressure come through. Nobody's trying to go for the big hero play unless they absolutely have to. You know, like Shota did in the previous round, where he's just screwed in that smoke. He has to make something happen.
I dash right into it.
Yeah, just the perfect angle there for Eco. But I like that Eco just immediately falls back. He's like, whoa, 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 let's wait for the rest of the reinforcements. I could just, that saturate probably hit somebody. I could double down, but then they're probably going to trade me. Maybe it's better if I just wait, and I think that's probably true.
Well, somehow this is the first timeout call of this map. We saw
You're right.
some pretty early ones coming through, especially on that opener of Bind, but we have not seen that investment come through until this moment. Buttocks are wanting to try to prevent Zeta from just running away with the rest of this. And I mean, it's a good time to call it. You've got another buy coming back in, but you also have 4 ultimates behind for Team Secret. Nearly all 5, as 10-10 is just 1 charge away from having the knives.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where you go into the playbook and say, here's a set play we have with these ultimates available. Let's let it rip. You know, whatever that may be, some kind of setup, you know, off of the dimensional drift, I am sure. And then you can use the Hunter's Fury. Then, you know, you've got the 2 post-plant ults with the Vice ult, with the Cosmic Divide to make sure.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
This should go through. I think this all just has to come down to this setup. And as Zeta, again, you're trying to get ahead of that. You know, it's just like on Split. There's a big ult stack.
Nothing.
Big crunch play.
But it's the wrong side.
But yeah, it's on the wrong side of the map, but info is going to be gained. The dimensional drift goes through. Kelly as quick on that exit, but the shorty pumps, not quite connecting, and Absol just shares in that space, pinches into the smoke from behind and gets the catch. Sylvan as well, down low on HP, but Jesse Fast trying to hold the door here at main. Finds one. Sylvan's presence now going to be known. The drone out, tries to swing for the fight, but Eco to take him down. 4v2 now. Berserks will be investing the ultimate. Try to gain, garner every advantage they possibly can. But Shota whipping that shot is a critical misstep and one that could cost Zeta this round. I'm starting to bleed away. 10-10 out at tower, finding the one. Eco.
1 enemy remaining.
No time.
Yeah, makes it close, but not going to be close enough. The drop down, as it will just be Absol going in separate ways, sprinting through. The spike to erupt, and Team Secret to close it out off the back of the timeout call.
I don't think that's how it was drawn up, but you got there. That's all that matters in the end. This is a nice piece on the backside. First of all, again, the scramble back for Zeta, and this bait and switch here. XDL doesn't overcommit to that first angle. They're able to get that kill, and then he throws the drone, and Eco's immediately peeking off the back of it, knowing that Sylvan's going to have to swing. 10-10 goes huge. Keeps Secret very much in this, very close.
2v4, did have to use the 2 ultimates there, but have plenty. 10-10 just going to be popping one of his own. Theo, and yeah, Eco just double dashing all the way through the baby door, trying to get himself out to safety. Meanwhile, Sugar Zero trying to scale around the back. Put some pressure down here on the Jesse Bash, but I mean, Zeta have maybe just gotten themselves a little bit surrounded, and Sugar Zero is going to be caught trying to push his way forward into mid. Still 2 players out here into the open. XDL only able to find the 1 kill, and this attempt from Zeta has completely fallen flat on its face.
10-10, I think, got ahead of the convergent pass there and killed poor Eco immediately after he ripped it. I'm pretty sure.
Portal closed.
Seems to be the case. Shota now. How many more heroics do you have in stock? It's going to be time. Checking in towards main. 10-10.
We just need.
We hit the score line.
Get the lead, then we win.
All tied up is Team Secret. Very much shrugging off that pressure here. Zeta, just a bit of a wrong read.
In a couple different parts of the map, they have the wrong read. And Team Secret has a great read. They're able to punish. Again, they're starting to get that idea of how to handle that early aggression that Zeta wants to throw on this defender side. I would have liked to have seen a timeout there from Zeta.
Yeah, I thought that maybe that was going to be coming through, given that you're staring down at a Thrifty if you lose this as well as lose the lead.
Time to jump.
No intervention yet from XQQ. Fake of the TP at top mid. Just to keep the interests of XDL. Team Secret starting to lean over towards the triple stack on the B site.
I mean, this is a pivotal round for Zeta economically.
Oh, now they're starting to rotate out. Both duelists going for a reposition here.
You need more of that kind of bend but don't break defense.
Bro, Sight.
Showtime, how much more magic can he work? There's one. Looms the nebula, and he just
Oh,
drops. The smoke just
no.
drops right as Jesse tries to go for the drone.
Doable. 3v2.
Absolutely outdone.
Oh,
Now
Sugar
Sugar
Zero.
Zero nearly punishable, but sets up the smokes, trying to make this re-approach, this re-flank towards the A site unassailable. He's just going to be tucked into the corner here.
He's going to know.
Portal closed.
Now he's going to start to rescale forward as Berserks gets taken down. Shows it on the swing, looking for another four-piece. Won't quite be able to make it happen, but still does wonders for Zeta as they regain the lead.
I mean, this is the Shoto we've been looking for. Coming alive here. Getting just some big kills. This decision. Smoke. Just kidding.
What a bait.
I love that.
What a bait and switch.
And then Sugar Zero's so aggressive on the backside of this. He throws his own smoke so that if they're going to go by him, they're going to have to be slow and thoughtful about it no matter what. And that means he has that info. If they do go, if they don't, then they can just go back to B. It's so smart.
Set up on the refract, the beat coming in. Quick little exit from Eco. Keeps himself alive. Is going to send out the saturate. Just make a quick little exit. Cosmic Divide is in play, but XDL, Hunter's Fury, able to find one. Jesse Bash going to be taken down. No further damage found from the ultimate, but as Absol gets into position, you do have a dimensional drift for the retake as the plant still not yet in play. 10-10.
Oh my god.
He's pushed the wall. He didn't notice! Throws the weapon! And he's just right into the fire of Eco. The push to the smoke, he's still there! Sylvan now gone. Another 2v4, the Team Secret. Well, now a 1v4 they would have to pull off, but they can't not make it happen. Zeta Division getting up to match point.
Just some mad timings. I mean, 10-10 there just doesn't check behind the box quick enough, and then oh man.
I mean, it's absolute cinema.
Oh
but
no,
spelled
no.
I like that.
So many critical oversteps here.
It's great play by XDL. Finding that Sova means this attack is so much more difficult to suss out what's going on. Just, I was going to say, you have the drift here. I was thinking, okay, well, if Secret just waits behind their divide, then Zeta can just take their time, get Absol there, get the info, go for the retake. Don't mind what Team Secret's thinking to try to get ahead of it. It's just one unchecked angle, and the round just spirals out of control. It's crazy how that works sometimes. Zeta gonna get their first win. Couple opportunities, couple chances to do it. Steel Garden available for Berserks. Jesse Vass has the Hunter's Fury.
Spike planted.
Let's see what they can do here. Spike down, 5v5.
There's the drone, 10-10. Pushing forward. As Shock Dart still raining in. Jesse still in a fairly committed position. Now starting to retreat as the Steel Garden's going to be coming in. Buying some critical time. Zeta just on the outskirts of this. Trying to rotate forward, but this is there. 10-10 going to be taken out. Berserks in the peak, able to find Absol. Eco gets Kelly, yes. It is an absolute bloodbath. As the time starts to get away from them, but Berserks has fallen. Jesse Bash well out into main, but XDL on the chase, trying to push forward. The defuse held to half. Second pump, looking for the kill, gets it. Now all down is Sugar Zero, but he's been pulled out to his demise. This map is not over yet.
Okay, it's not over, it's not over. One.
Everything and the kitchen sink thrown at this. Team Secret one away from pushing this into an overtime.
It just is by the slimmest of margins. That's just crazy stuff there.
Di pa tapos, guys.
What is going on? But it's, you know, Zeta's aware they have to get deep pressure, but at that point it's just a little too late. Jesse's having a blast. Can't blame him, he's been playing well today.
Oh, it is Team Secret's timeout call.
Okay.
Not that it matters too much, given one more round and then would have got another one anyway in overtime, but wanting to get this across the line. I think money-wise for Zeta Division, it's not the greatest.
No. No, that last buy was already pretty scrappy, so this is now a little concerning that we're going to get the OT here. Zeta's going to need everything in the kitchen sink. I wonder if we're going to have back-to-back timeouts.
Wala si Tenten,
Like, as in both teams have called one there. Like, we get an extra minute of timeout. We didn't.
Nope.
Which, fine, but
Sugar
I thought
Zero.
it was one if it was ever going to happen.
Sure. Sugar Zero has a sheriff. Tenten has a judge. A rough way to try to go about bringing this one to a conclusion. Otherwise, could just be that overtime in the cards.
The extra defender over on the A side to start.
Break of the door, and they're starting to kind of drift away from this one. Eyes in, need to pay attention to mid as well as that tower position. So just going to be clearing out the drone. TP's away, but he is a world away at the moment.
They can't capitalize fast enough. Smokes are in.
Set up on the one-way. Just 2 shock darts for Jesse Vash. Everything else, the scout has been used in that regard, but Kelly S has the dimensional drift. The mask will go on. Smokes cycled forward. Sugar Zero. Paranoia at the ready. Sends it over towards main. 10-10. Not going to be clipped by that one. He continues to scale forward with that judge in hand. Quick exit here around the back with Sugar Zero. Finding the shot. The judge point blank. Going to be good for 1. Gets a second. Runs out of bullets. Turns draw. And then the sheriff. 10-10. Still alive. But it's going to be Jesse coming to the rescue. To find the kill. Eco now. Last one standing. Sends it out. Goes dashing forward. Doesn't have an exit. But doesn't need one. It is chaos incarnate on the screen, but Zeta narrowly scraped by. 13-11, they take down Team Secret on Abyss and eliminate them from Kickoff.
Oh, and a big sigh of relief there from XQQ. That was